welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love once again. Welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and I am truly moved by love. For those of you who've already stopped by, the encouragement that I receive, I hope you can feel my appreciation. Sincerely, happy Saturday to everyone. I'm filled with a lot of inspirations again today. And God bless us all, man. Life can be so complex. Life can be so confusing. And yet, regardless of our opinions or the confusion, it's a beautiful gift. And we're sharing the gift of today with each other. And what I've learned, the topic today, faith confuses the fearful. Faith confuses the fearful. The fearful are confused by faith. It makes no sense. It's illogical because logic follows that I should be angry and afraid. Praise God. What a blessing it is to learn something that helps your life improve. That's what I found. Okay, what is a blessing? A blessing is learning something that improves your life. And that's what I hope to offer today, because this life we're living, man, it's a game when you can rejoice. When you can rejoice in the Lord, good game, God. I was saying that again today. Praise God. Good game. Good game. Wow. What a joyful, joyous, amazing adventure of life. It can happen in your physical form or in your mind. So, what I've been learning just for myself, pointing out what's obvious, you already know this, I'm sure. Gauge your faith by your inner comfort. Your inner comfort, how you feel inside, that's going to tell you where your mind is at. Become mindful of disturbances you might find. And pay attention to how you're feeling within your inner state of being. If you're honest with yourself and you've been carrying around prolonged fear, anger, sadness, if you've been carrying that around for a while, recognize it for what it is. It's symptoms of confusion indicating where you can grow in your faith. And you know what helps you grow in faith? What helped me grow in my faith was learning from other human beings. See, when we find the answers and the explanations that bring us peace, even if the problem still exists, if you know the solution and you got something to work for, if you got a goal in mind and a purpose for your future, everything seems to work out. But the goal is to get the answers. And the answers are to be found by you. Okay, my answers are to be found by me. Your answers are to be found by you. So surrender to the moments of being you. Those moments of being you each day, that has been given to you, that breath. It's easy to forget that we're alive, man. We're alive. It's amazing. It's a miracle. Feel the divine holiness of the presence, the present, the gift that is time. Praise God, man. That's the conclusion. Rejoice in the Lord. And hey, that reminds me, you know what? Let me add something. I'll point something out. There's a lot of I've received flack and feedback. I've received feedback and honest criticism cautioning that, putting Jack in the image of Jesus, that might send the wrong message and be taken the wrong way. I feel at peace because I'm not actually the one creating the images. And I don't remember asking for that. So I allow what life reveals, and then I figure out, what is this? What is the purpose? Well, I really do hope, I pray that the light of Christ shines through me, connecting with you, right? Whoever you might be in this time or the later time. Yesterday, I learned something new from one of our guests, and I observed the power of words. Margot Schools, and I did double check if I I don't know what's going on. If she returns, we'll talk. Yeah, hey, that my friend, that which is executive function skills. Think those thoughts through. Executive function skills. We'll come back to this topic after I open up. I'll drop the link here soon. There's just really a couple of points I wanted to offer uninterrupted. The idea of the definition of a blessing, learning something that improves your life. If you learn, you receive a bonus. If you learn of someone new, you learn a solution to your problems. All of those things are blessings, especially if it's knowledge you can apply to you. That's the true blessings to seek. What helps you grow into the greatest you? Here's something I observed about me. You can like that which you attract. Okay. And it's up to you to pay attention. We learn from the past. Pay attention and maybe notice what you might have attracted in the past, because there's a purpose for you, for that pattern. And here's how I came to this conclusion. My life, man, the story of Jack, the Talcottian adventure that I'm sharing here and you guys are witnessing. Hey, thank you. All of you guys, man. This adventure of Jack, it's crazy. It's got to be divinely created. That means we are divinely created. It's so amazing. Oh, I forgot. Someone regarding the doesn't matter. The image and the thumbnail, live action role play. Life, it is a game of strategy and practice. We develop through trial and error. So invite God into your adventures and play a live action role play, your best adventure, right? What could you accomplish? There's some terms I've realized, right? You put the right two words together and you gain these, when you consider them, you gain these deeper understandings. That's what really science and all of this stuff is developing our vocabulary to be accurate. So executive function skills is what I'm actually, in my clumsy way, offering too. Executive, who is the executive of you? It is your mind. So back to where I was with you can like what you attract and my story, the Jack Talcott adventure. The reality is I got a lot of messes in my life that I need to clean up. The house is cluttered, it's dusty, and it's in need of improvement. Look at my appearance, man. Clearly. And I I haven't really defined and exercised the body or really put my diet nutrition together. I got messes in my relationships. I got messes in my house. I got all sorts of messes. Here's where my excuse has been. I know there are other people who love cleaning up messes because we all love being a part of a solution. We all love achieving results. And I've let this it's not a secret. Knowing that everyone loves being a part of change and improvement. Well, that's why I allow me to be as me, because when she comes along, she'll help me become that which she wants. I'm adaptable, I'm moldable, I'm able to abide, right, with that which is best, and so can you. We can all abide with that which is good. So, back to the idea of messes. There's people who love cleaning. They love seeing a mess and transforming it. They love reorganizing. I heard our friend Lindsay mention that she enjoys organizing. I got so many messes that people could have so much fun with cleaning up and transforming. So then that brought me to me. What do I offer? I do hope to help anyone who wants to change their life sincerely. If anyone listening or you know someone who wants to change their life, wants to change something about what they're doing, or they want to find a goal or a greater purpose, or they just want some help brainstorming, where is my inner genius? I don't know what you're talking about. That's what I want to do. I help people clean up the inner messes. That's what I believe God wants me to do, because that's what I enjoy doing. I've experienced inner transformation for myself, and it's a gift that I just pray to share with you. So if you can have faith, let go of your fears, man. You can like what you attract. And what I realized is I attract a lot of, I won't, I'm saying this not in a derogatory way. I'm saying I've attracted a lot of broken geniuses, just like me. People who see these things that are happening in the world differently than others. And it makes sense too. In the past, that's how a lot of the amazing minds were. A lot of the amazing minds weren't profitable. Look at Tesla is a beautiful example. He was ignored for his brilliance, misunderstood. He was taken advantage of over economics. It's been a pattern throughout time. Christ was the example. An innocent man, brilliant, well ahead of his time, misunderstood, persecuted. We are the generation, brothers and sisters. We are those who God sent to this world to bring the healing, clean up the messes, to help others clean up their messes. For those who want to, who are present, I did start early, earlier than the pattern, and then I started earlier than scheduled. So thank you to all of you who do tune in, and for those who do want to join, please feel free. And you know what? Part of my self-reflection, there are so many, I've missed so much of the present, the chat, the comments, and I don't mean to overlook anyone. I'm trying to do I'm improving uh, in this path. This is the path I'm on. And here's another thing. I admit where I'm weak, but the knowledge I know there's other people who are strong in knowledge that I am not. Our friend Cage is a wonderful example. That man knows technology and stuff of modern stuff that I don't understand. Thankfully, there's a lot of other humans paying attention to the current events and what's actually happening in the world. I don't really pay attention to what's going on in the world, but I pay attention to people who are. I have so much hope. I have so much faith in our future, the future of mankind. And here's part of the reason. In the description of the video is a link to this from Aaron Abke. It's something I watched earlier today. He did a live stream, and I encourage you guys, if you're seeking more inner comfort for yourself, what Aaron really, he has a beautiful education. His mind and heart are wonderful, wonderful examples. And this live stream I just shared, and I plan to play a few minutes of it. These guys are such wonderful communicators. Okay, and what they're teaching, what this video is, they're offering they're selling their course. They teach the course, A Course in Miracles. A Course in Miracles is a book, and I don't have it handy, but it's an incredible philosophy of love. The teachings can transform your mind and shift your heart, open you into a greater way of living the rest of your life. The way is love. And these guys gave a couple of great answers regarding forgiveness. Oh, and actually, how do I know that God is good? Oh, sorry, I was double checking my notes to see what I was thinking about this. But I'm going to play a few minutes. This practice of forgiveness is it's only ourselves. We can't forgive. We can't be forgiven unless we're willing to forgive. And what God, I believe, has shown through the overcoming of the world, through the example of Jesus, Yeshua, in that story, the idea is mercy, forgiveness, compassion, love. Those are the ways of God. Forgiveness creates a space within ourselves. When we find within our mind the willingness, when we find within our mind the reason to forgive, you realize eventually, I trust anything that happens to me is forgivable. It's acceptable. I'll find a way to accept it. I'll find a way to forgive it, because I know that if I don't accept what happens in life, well, I'm resisting reality. Hello. There's no point in fighting what is real. So the mental resistance, I can't accept this. I can't forgive this. You can. Yes, you can. Anytime we hear in our mind, I can't, it means I will not. And you can, and you will. Probably. That's been the result of me. The many things I said I couldn't do. I can't stop drinking. I can't trust. I can't find happiness. I proved myself wrong over and over and over. Allow yourself to prove yourself wrong. Give yourself permission to be right, to be free of resentment, free of guilt. humbling yourself to who you really are. You are a child of God, sent here to play your role. We create our role as we go. We discover who we are as we face challenges, as we face obstacles. So here, these ideas of forgiveness, they are healthy for everyone. So let's let someone else talk for a few minutes.
Mark, go for it.
Can forgiveness really take place if the other person is still actively hurting me? It really can take place. And thank you. I'm so glad you made point of this, because Aaron and I have said this countless times. Remove yourself from the experience. That you must take care of yourself in a very practical way so that forgiveness can be done. Now, you've removed yourself, it sounds like, physically, but there's still an impact that's occurring in your life as you're pointing to your friends and your kids and you're hearing things. I promise you, this is the most amazing opportunity probably in your life to go into your own inner chamber, into your own heart, and to practice forgiveness, to ask that forgiveness be done for everyone involved, especially this person who is clearly hurting. If you really are safe physically and you really can say, I'm okay here, that is the time to let your mind be purified of all this attack and this judgment and this pain.
I want to restate what he said. Let your mind be purified. Let your mind be purified from the judgment, from the hate, from the pain. Allow others to be as they are. Things happen in life for us to learn from. So here, we'll get back to them.
Your mind be purified of all this attack and this judgment and this pain. As you are freed from the guilt and the energy that brought you to the experience yourself, and thank you, God, for getting you out. As you continue to become more and more free, that will extend. And it's a burn when someone is attacking your name, when they're just going at you, and God is asking you to be still. When God is saying, don't react. You know, Jesus, when he was walking through the crucifixion and they're screaming at him, crucify him, they're just hating on him. He said, Father, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. They don't realize that they're harming themselves. They don't realize what they're doing to themselves and each other. But you do, because you're here. You have been called in this energy to be the one to let the light shine through you. So thank you. Thank you for being in this call. Thank you for being the one that can let this be transformed. It begins in you and it quickly extends. I promise you, it may take time. It may take time and you may go through some burns, some energy of, but you can do it. You can absolutely do it. And there will be a point when you look back and you'll be so grateful for all the times you didn't attack back, for all the times instead you went to forgiveness and you really held to the innocence in yourself and others. Man, this is a powerful time, my friend, and I'm holding you in prayer all day today.
Here, I pause that to reinforce what I heard him offering, right? When we face these challenges, when we face people who want to hurt people, and there's something they said previously in that stream, in every moment, there is the offering of love or the crying out for love. Hurt people. It's simple as that. So when we encounter people and challenges in our lives, it's up to each of us. We got to ask ourselves, why? And what do I do with this? Look at these challenges, disappointments, look at them as trials. That's what they are. How are you going to behave? What are you going to do? Others are going to do what they're going to do. What are you going to do? How are you going to react? These are things that I learned the hard way. Praise God. I'm telling you, I could listen to these uh, for a long time, to be honest. But uh, here, for there was a guest in the back, but I wanted the video to play for a little bit. For those who do wish to join, please feel free to do so. It's Saturday. I'm hanging out, to be honest. And yeah, thank you. I do still hope that my path may lead me to speak with people who might have some sort of influence or position of authority. I do hope to speak with the members of Congress, folks in Washington, D.C., because I think the world deserves better. I'm pretty sure that's what God's plan is, guys. God is glorious. It's like, wow, how did I not know this? Life is a miracle. What are we doing carrying around resentments? What are we doing creating enemies with each other? What the hell are we doing? We're creating hell. It's only the brilliance of God that could reveal time so perfectly. Because the story of history, it's so perfect, man. Between the clumsy language of English, the way that words work, the power of language. Well, we were born in a world where fear creates prophets. Those who are victims, they get more attention. So there's a lot of victims complaining about perpetrators online today and in the news. I mean, that's really what news is. It's all just people reporting on the problems that other people are creating or experiencing. What the frick is wrong with this world? A lot is wrong with the world, but guess what? There's even more that's right. There's a lot that is right with the world. As a matter of fact, I can feel and sense the perfection because everything that was, the billions of years, the eons, the eternities, just brought us to here. What is here? It's only now. So, what is perfection? It's divine, flawless, it's whole, it's accurate. See, the truth is a divine power that frees us from our confusion. The truth frees us, truth being knowledge, answers that we accept, that we can use. See, the truth frees us from our confusion. The truth is divine. It's through love, though, the love that expresses light and nature and beauty and knowledge, the love that expresses all of those energies and powers for us. That's the unseen, right? The unseen is always with us. The unseen is the Spirit of God. Align with the Spirit of God to love living. All you must do is sacrifice your egoic self, the me, and the one that's all victim and afraid. I mean, you can carry that fear and the victim part as long as you want. It's all between you and God. But I invite all of you, anyone who joins me. Oh, how is God brilliant? This realm sucks balls. It can. It can. But God's brilliance Oh, where is here? They might say it. There's a point in this video where Aaron does an incredible job of answering to how do you know God's love? You experience it. Okay, but you've got to accept responsibility that you choose your perspective. You choose the information you focus on. You choose your limits. You choose what you like, what you don't like. You choose. God chose you to be you, and you get to choose how you feel about you and everything that you encounter, because it is only you in your life. You are alone. It is only you experiencing aspects of you created for you to learn from. Simple as that. I hope that makes sense. It will. It can. Everything I'm hoping to communicate, it can be understood. Now, if I can find the words that communicate for your understanding, that's a responsibility I own. My hope is to explain what I've been learning in the simplest of forms, but my desire is sincere. Since there's more of you here again at this point, my purpose, my desire, right? What I enjoy accomplishing is cleaning up the messes within the minds of others. So where this idea came from, I want to offer sincerely. Anyone who wants to change their life, wants to change their life, not just half-ass it, but truly committed to change, reach out to me. I'm available. This idea came from earlier. I'm asking myself, Jack, what do you do? What are you going to do with your time today? What do you want to do? Well, I want to serve. I want to make a difference. I want to be a value for someone beyond just the online stuff. I got time. I got a life outside of online, man. I got time. So it got me to thinking, okay, what have I not tried in a while? Maybe it's time to circle back, because life is about timing. Everything changes every day. You never know. Just because something didn't work in the past doesn't mean it won't in the future. And I've mentioned after I tried on a couple of occasions to return back to the rooms of AA, but what I found is I had to diminish myself. I had to limit my energy, so I wasn't too joyful, too optimistic, because it confuses people. I get misunderstood real easily. So the point is, it's been a while since I've been back to the rooms of AA, and I've grown. I've grown more comfortable in my skin, so to say. And I know how to adapt. I've been improving my ability to communicate. But so the thought was, why don't you look up and find a convenient meeting to go to? And I may do that. I may still go find a meeting and see if I can sponsor someone, see if there's anyone who really wants to change their life. Because I remember how I was. Fuck, I was desperate. I would have taken the help from anyone. And I did. But everything worked out perfectly. I did accept help from anyone who would share it. I paid attention, listened for wisdom. I listened to what worked for others, and I found my way, and I want to help others with that. But something I've learned about myself, what they did discuss in this video, is when you're able to establish the when you're able to maintain the executive function skills of yourself, when you're able to maintain your own self-control, heal yourself of your resentment, heal yourself of your judgment, when you're able to rise above the attacks, you gain so much within yourself. When you can see your character, the character of who you are, when you can see your identity doing the right thing, doing what is right by yourself and others, look at those problems and challenges as just that, right? Because life passes through time. And it's really easy not to notice things. We don't really notice our health until we get sick or until we get a pain. We don't notice our comfort until something is gone. And then it's like, huh. But healing is natural. Healing is the way of God through the creation and story of Jesus. That's what he brought. Healing, solutions, answers, love. So back to the idea of pain and discomfort. Yes, it's there. But if you trust more in the healing than the pain, what you'll recognize is eventually you'll just find it's gone, you know? And then when you find that your pain or your discomfort or your runny nose or whatever it was, when you find your symptom is gone, be grateful. Be grateful for the return of your health, your comfort, your peace, your joy, your abundance, whatever. Be grateful for everything you can, because you can be grateful for anything you want. I encourage you, this is what I recognize today. I encourage you to be grateful for the patterns you attract, for the problems you keep encountering, for the service you keep being able to provide. Be grateful for that. Because the way of life, truly, it is to love. Life is short, right? We're only living right now. And that is the key. That is the practice, is to become humble, gentle, kind, and pure right now. Because the I am that is within me is the I am that is within you. And it truly is God's creation that we are just a part of. So surrender. Stop the imagined battles. Stop the worrying about the worst. Worrying, it doesn't change anything. Complaining accomplishes nothing. I've been saying that a long time, but I know it sounds like I'm complaining. I don't mean to sound like I'm complaining. Not at all. Because, brothers and sisters, man, this life we're living, sorry, I haven't been paying much attention. Just, hey, just checking in. Oh, you know what? Good for you. God bless you, Jimmy Shively. I have to admit my failures. I found excuses, and I think the longest I made it was 9 days without nicotine, and I regret caving. And I've went back to drinking caffeine too. This is what I mean. And Jimmy Shively, congratulations on you. My failure is just, it's an example for you to shine from and for me to learn from, because you were committed. You said that. I said I was committed to. Damn it. The day is coming. The day is coming for us all. Let today be the day. Today's not the day for me to walk away from those comforts that I've allowed myself. Not yet. but the day is coming soon. Because life is happening, brothers and sisters. And the future I envision for us all is a world where forgiveness is encouraged, not punishment, not wars. Where imagine today, I was watching a recent thing on the news or a video about some of the disasters and stuff. Imagine if we weren't sending healthy men and women off to war, and instead the focus between all of the nations was to go rescue and rebuild, right? Instead of focusing on destruction and control and wiping everything out, let's focus on becoming solutions together, united. There are so many ways for this world to improve. Let's face it. But let's also face the fact that who's going to improve this world if not us? Who's going to improve your life if not you? Why should your life be improved? Why should your life not be improved? These are the questions I keep wondering, right? And the logical conclusion I keep resorting to is I am. Praise God. God is the love that's available to be known. But it's not intellectually. It's an experience. Okay, but I'm doing my best to communicate an experience that I never imagined was possible. Because I lived a life that I lived, and so have you. But anything that's possible for me is possible for you. Health is possible. You can have health better than me. You can have prosperity greater than me. You can have greater success than me. The principles and the practices of what I've learned, they have so much evidence, overwhelming evidence of success works. But the conclusion of all of these methods of healing, it's truly becoming at peace with who you are in this present time right now. And if you can't love you, who will? Why should they? If you can't love you, you won't allow yourself to be loved. This is what I realized about myself. I had love around me, a lot of love in my life, and I didn't know it. I didn't see it. I was blind to the good parts of life. Kind of like someone said earlier, this is kind of a hell realm in some ways. It is. The egoic mind, it's selfishness. It's so simple, and it's in line with the scripture, with the Bible. Try it for yourself. Try it for yourself. Love, generosity, creativity. That brought me back to the thought of the executive function skills. The executive of an organization, whether it's the commander-in-chief of the US government or the CEO of a publicly traded company, whatever. The executive in the hierarchy is the highest mind. It is the authority. It is the one that gets to determine, right? Well, we live in a world of corruption. But in that idea of the highest mind, your mind alone is not the highest mind. My mind alone is not the highest mind. I know that. So, but the highest mind I can imagine, I'm getting closer. See, I'm not going to remember new ideas. I'm going to receive new ideas through seeking the highest mind, seeking inspiration from beyond. Each of us, this has been confirmed as well. Some of the geniuses like Albert Einstein, Tesla, these amazing minds from history, that is what they learned. They learned how to tap in with their own mind into the vastness of knowledge that is, in the biblical sense, that is God. there is the spirit of what is real, and then there is that which is real. Are you real? Or are you a character you made up? What you show each day, each moment, right? That's what's real. How real am I? This was a thought I had earlier today. Okay, well, God, since you are the I am, it's by your will that I am. So I am today, God. I am real. Okay, so what is real? What is real is that which is true. So what is true? What is true is that which is accurate. Am I accurate? Am I true? I want to be true. I want to be real. I want to be accurate about who I am, who God wants me to be. Why do I encounter these patterns in life? What am I supposed to do? Ask yourself these things, please. Free yourself from the confusion and limits of your own mind. Because I see, man, in my mind, I envision a future where we truly united mankind. Mankind has united all around the world. We overcame the divisions of religion, politics, and economics, and borders, and all of this economic oppressive nonsense where mankind unites together, celebrating. Praise God. Praise God and thank you, Jesus, for your perfect teachings, your perfect example. Thank you. And where I truly believe it makes sense too, according to the stories of history. God created all of this for us to glorify Jesus. He was sent to glorify the Father, the unseen, the truth of that offers forth the light of creation, the light of knowing, the light of being, the awareness of being. He was here to glorify that creative force for all of us. And he did. He did. I was considering those words from the Bible, though, about greater things shall you do, because I'm heading to the Father. There's a lot of people who have achieved more than he has, reaching worldwide while they're alive. I did that. By the grace of God, God allowed me to connect to people all around the world while I'm still living. That was not allowed for Jesus because the time of understandings and communication had not developed. But things are different today than they were. And yet, it's still the same message. I keep coming back. My path keeps bringing me back to the Bible, right? There's a lot that's revealed through not just the Bible, but the development of religion and states and the way that civilization has evolved. There's a beautiful story and a lot of lessons to be learned from there. I have truly found within myself a love of God. I practice the religion of love. I know Jesus as the messenger of love, the Prince of Peace. the one who brought and sought to bring healing to the world and to all of humanity for all of future. That's got to be, until God changes it, whatever. It's the story that's being lived through us today. What are we going to do? I just want to serve whoever you are. And I'll ask you humbly, if you resonate with what you receive from me, I'll ask you humbly to introduce me to others who might appreciate what I'm offering, whether it's someone struggling. Sincerely, if you do find yourself down in the dumps, struggling, whatever, go back, speed me up, skip the 2-minute intro and double speed and see if you can find some inspiration from what I share each day. Because I truly do. I love living, and I didn't know it was possible. Not for someone like me, but I'm just like you. And if you can accept me as a friend, your life will change. Take that relationship with God. If you can accept God as your friend, your life will probably change. That's the whole point of religion, actually, is to introduce you to the possibilities of what God might be. That's what it is. But I invite you, know God as your friend. For without God, you are literally nothing. But even with God, you're nothing in comparison. So, now I'm finding myself. I think I shared the points I wanted to share. And, thank you. Thank you. I invite, let's be a part of history. Capture yourself, whatever place and time you are. I am. Tell yourself that. I am. And if you align yourself with the creative force of I am that was embodied through Jesus, the Holy Spirit of forgiveness and mercy, the truthful, honest version of you, be comfortable with who you are and become greater than you've ever been before. Because every challenge, every pain, everything that happens is an opportunity for us to grow, to overcome. But I tell you what, one thing is undeniable. This world we were born into is toxic. It is corrupted. It has generated a lot of hurt-filled, selfish human beings in this world. Who come into my mind right now is Donald Trump, Elon Musk. More men alive today who are going to be moving into these establishments in Washington, D.C., and who I pray to God I get to meet. So, brothers and sisters, if you can join me in this crazy adventure, there is a man from Spokane, Washington. Couple of things here. I'm willing to help personally, free of charge. Just be respectful of our time together. That's the only request. And I'm willing to help anyone who wants to change their life. In addition to that, I am a man who does want to speak with the people who think they're in charge of the United States government. And hey, we have a guest. I was going to wrap up, but welcome back, OTW. How have you been?
Hey, Jack. I wanted to take the opportunity to ask you if you wouldn't mind watching my latest music video. I was wondering if that would interest you and your audience. I was like, it's like kind of like thinking maybe you'd like it. It actually has it's good. It's got the saving self aspect to it, and the words are pretty. It's a good song. You could also listen to it on your own time, but I was like figuring, since you were going to wrap it up, I said maybe you could play it out on your way out.
Tell you what, I'm going to start with, I'll share it in the, I'll share it. This is the link to OTW's new music video. But actually, I've been hoping to talk with you again. It's been a while.
All right. Well, I have time.
Well, I was noticing you were the subject of a bunch of ridicule and criticism because you showed kindness to me. Because I felt like we had healthy conversations.
Right.
Do you agree with what they said? Because I understand actually, yeah. Yesterday I saw in the chat that you had a hell of a show the other day, a little Coke show, and you've been having fun at Talcott's expense some more, talking shit about me. Is that true?
Oh God, I think that was possible. I can't recall, but yeah, it's most likely. I might have reviewed something. I think, yeah, it had something to do with Margot. Yeah, it's coming back to me. Margot and who else was on that panel? Anyway, it's I can't remember, but yeah, it's nothing different than what we usually do over there. So it's like nothing new under the sun. It's, you know what, it's some things that we just, I guess, we don't see eye to eye on, but that's besides other things. You know, Jack, you do see things in a particular way, and I believe it's like kind of like the same way I see them, but there's a part of you that's hard to get to, if I can put it so politely.
You know what it is?
Yes, I do know what it is. It's probably us. Well, I'll speak for myself, but yeah, I think we kind of like instigated or generated that in a sense. It's like kind of made like a defense mechanism. It's become a defense mechanism, maybe. Or see, I'm not that best of a communicator, Jack. I'm doing my best here.
I know. Here, what it actually is, you were partially right. Except you were partially accurate for yourself. What it is about me, I heard it. Here, I'm going to take us off track, but let me come back to where we were, okay? I know Tommy has identified with this caption of the Sigma male. He may have some reasoning for that, but I truly know that is me. And I happen to watch another observation of the Sigma male, and one of the things about them is they won't be controlled. They're not manipulatable. You are, OTW. You've allowed yourself to be manipulated, and so I'm grateful to see you again.
I don't see where I've been manipulated. If it's a sort of manipulation, it's probably me, right? I'm doing it to myself. Because I don't see any exterior influences. It's more or less like a part of my character, Jack. You know, you've known me for a while, even long before I even started hanging out with. We won't name any names. I was already kind of like, you know, I was halfway with you. Remember, I was even like the first time we went. I even told you I was I think kind of suspicious, Jack. I don't know what's going on. I got my eye on you. Remember then? It was like almost one of our first interactions. You know, I've always had that particular, you know, something there that was, it's like I said, I was halfway. I'm half lukewarm, if you will.
I know. So when you accept responsibility for you, you've already revealed the truth of you. You say, I'm doing the same old thing. I'm back to looping on content of others, making criticism and second guessing what others are doing, while you're not really doing much.
Right. And it's also under the guise of entertainment. So there's nothing actually, educational when it comes to that, except for maybe some psychological breakdowns that the co-host makes. And sometimes I tend to try and do, but I'm not saying I'm very good at it. And like I say, it's under the guise of entertainment, and that's what my channel is about. It's not really the same time. I don't know if you're under the guise of entertainment, Jack, but that's pretty much where my channel is, you know.
Right. Well, I know there's a lot of people who make that excuse. They've been gifted with gifts, knowledge, they've experienced things, they've overcome things, but instead of actually serving others, all they give a shit about is earning a living, doing what's ever entertaining, you know. But entertaining and distracting, that's the methods of the confused. And OTW, I love you, my friend. I believe I've seen some of your talent. I don't look at much of what you do because I just see you wasting your time. You're following the lead of Paulie Boy. I know you said you were respectful and you didn't name names, but you have the knowledge, OTW, just like Paul does, but you're not applying what you know.
That
You're
is
making
true.
excuses.
No, actually, I'm not making excuses. I'm choosing not to. There's a difference. And actually,
so-
wait a minute. Lately, besides maybe the video, I don't know. You might not be watching everything I do, but for the besides the video that I did the other day reviewing your channel, I actually made two other live streams where I've been breaking down the Bible and doing all of the biological and astrological connections to it with AI. I've been doing that with the Alan Watts Bible that Cage was gracious enough to, I guess, create for us. I don't know how he did that, but it's pretty awesome. And we had a lot of fun with that, right? So, yeah, I have been kind of like dabbing back into the informational side of what my channel was initially about, right? And I've also been doing a lot less lives lately because I've been pretty much putting more time into the musical things and other, and also like doing like reruns of the Grand Rising talk show, putting that on the sister channel. So I've been busy, you know.
Yep. We come up with lots of explanations, but I want to come back to what you said. What I've seen, and OTW, respectfully, it's with love and care. Thank you genuinely for being here again today and for allowing us to have these conversations. You're a part of my life, as is Paul and my son and many others. So what I've seen many people doing here online, you've got a lot of talents, man. You do have a lot of talents, but you're self-sabotaging. You're holding yourself back and you're surrounding yourself by enablers. And it's not healthy, my friend. So
Well, you know what? I'll
admitted-
agree with you to a certain extent, but not because maybe not of the same reasons. But for my reasons particularly is because I'm kind of also done with the loop. You know, like when I reviewed you last time. So, yeah, exactly. Well, it's all nice and dandy. It's fun to have a good laugh and whatnot. But no, I've actually been wanting to go ahead and make something more structured with some actual content, real content, not just something going on the fly doing panels. And no, I want to create something a little bit more. With more value. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yes, it makes perfect sense. And that's what I want to point out to you. I am offering and inviting you, OTW. Please consider using some of your talents to help me shine instead of using me as your joke. It's really been unproductive for both of us. And so what I wanted to get back to is your admission here, OTW. I pointed out that you know the right things, but you're not applying what you know. And so you admitted that, but you said it's a choice. So what is the logic behind not applying healthy knowledge?
My lack of faith in man.
Okay, beautiful. OTW, the topic today, faith confuses the fearful. I am filled with faith, OTW. Okay?
Does that mean you're confused?
No.
Faith confuses the fearful. I mean, it's like if you're full of faith, if I'm lacking faith,
OTW, you are the confused who God has brought into my life. Another example of a broken man who has a genius he's not using. So if you can accept, I have value to share. OTW, I'm willing to share my time offline, privately, in whatever way is convenient. The only request I ask is that you be respectful of our time. We can do it publicly, but you've been confused by me. You have fears. You just admitted you lack faith. That means you're given power to fears. My fucking brand is live without fear. You don't know what you're missing out on, my brother. And here, praise God, you're off the spotlight, but you're free to respond.
Hello. If you've ever watched any of my first videos, Jack, okay, you'll see yourself, right? You'll see yourself literally in me. You'll see, because I'm literally you, doing the kind of the same thing, but it's as if I was putting on a facade. I didn't feel authentic when I was doing it. It felt like I was playing some kind of weird game or something. And I just did. I kind of stopped, right, for years. Now. I decided to go do music videos with a band and do other stuff. And for a few years, I even stopped making these videos because I figured I sucked at it, right? That I wasn't good at it at all. But you see, that's the thing. I'm not trying to relate that to you. I'm just telling you my story here. But it's like that's, I think, was the reason why because I was getting attacked like you, all right? And not just by like the other YouTubers or whatever. Like that was more or less like actually people that were in my surroundings in my actual life. So when that kind of started happening, I started my lack of faith installed itself there, right? Where it's like, oh my God, even the people that are closest to me, know me the best, they see the drastic change in that has overcome my life, and it's kind of like they resent that. And I was like, how can they resent that when it's making me a better person, right? And that's how I that's where it comes from, Jack, essentially. So
great. You've got a story. You've got an excuse. You can keep your lack of faith as long as you like. I know there are similarities between us. Why you think it's funny to disrespect me is because you don't respect yourself. See, you do. You treat me with the same lack of respect you hold for yourself. And the lack of respect you hold for yourself is shown through how you allow Paul and others to manipulate you and your opinions.
Again,
there's a path for you, OTW, the simple path. Forgive those who let you down, and then forgive yourself for losing faith.
Well, you see, I don't actually necessarily deny anything except for the manipulation part, because like I said, I think I'm the only one who can do that to myself. But you're right, though. In a certain aspect, when I do make fun of you and laugh at you, I also do it to myself. But Jack, this is the marvelous thing that I think you haven't really realized is I don't have any problems ridiculizing myself. I can put myself out there.
I know. You don't care.
Well, it's not that I don't care. It's because I can actually identify with the role.
Great. OTW, please. You're perfect the way you are. You've certainly come to love the way you are. So please, you don't want what I have to offer. You're free to live your life. I'm suggesting to you paths for you to change. But hey, praise God. You do you. What I am telling you, though, OTW, when in the future, when I find the ears and the support, I create the introductions are created where I leave your comical ass behind We'll be laughing.
Oh, I'm not making fun of you right now. We're just.
No, just yesterday and for many, many hours.
I wasn't live yesterday.
Whatever.
I didn't go live
Okay.
yesterday.
Thank you.
Yeah, all right. It was the last live we had a review. Okay, I agree. But I mean, I don't know. I guess you can hold that against me. I can't. I can't expect you to be. Yeah, right. I can't expect you to be all fucking forgiving and everything. Obviously,
he's just here for more content. He's here to mock you, Jack. That's what.
No, that is not true. I haven't mocked him yet. We've been having an actual conversation. We've been at
OTW, please. Stephen was brought up, and he's been patient. Thank you for that. Actually, what OTW showed up for wasn't to mock me; it was to promote himself. He wanted to use my platform to expose.
And I was truthful about it when I started. And you offered to have a conversation. I agreed, and I stayed. That's
very selfish of you, Patrick.
Well,
yes, I know that. I know that, but I asked permission first. It's not like I fucking, it's like I said, Jack, I'm coming up here
Paul
for
Jr. Basically, OTW. You're Paul Jr. I'm starting to see these connections now.
Yes. Yeah. It's the identity he's chosen. He chooses to believe that Paul is the better man than me. And so OTW, you and Paul have both spent a lot of hours online publicly disrespecting me. One day, you guys are going to change your minds and you guys will do better. I'm inviting you, OTW. I've seen your talents in editing. I don't know and producing. I don't know exactly what you do. I don't know technology. I don't give a shit to learn how to improve my broadcast because I know there's other people who know how to do that. So, some point, OTW, I'm going to bet that there will come a time where you repent and change and maybe spend a little bit actually promoting the similarities between what you and I know.
I can't argue with that.
I appreciate that. I see, OTW, this is the thing, man. I know you're just like me. I don't know why you think I'm different than you, that I need to be mocked as I'm trying to grow. Hello. But whatever, you're doing you. But OTW.
Yeah, look, you're kind of like the Steve Urkel of the gang. I guess that's the best way or the most blunt way I can put it without being mean. I guess that's why. I guess it's kind of like that particular meme.
Is that what you're saying?
Real funny, Steven. You're real funny.
Hey, actually, let me be fair here, because anything I'm saying to OTW and regarding Paul, Mr. Steven, you've also played that.
Well, Jack, you're not a Negro. I know that about you. You are not black. You are white. Urkel did not have a beard in that show.
But he had glasses. Similarity. It's the glasses.
Oh, it's the glasses. Okay.
It's the glasses. And it's the kind of, it's all the memes. Come on, man. Jack, you are the meme master, bro. I mean, seriously. That's you. And so many others. I mean, there's a list. It goes on and on. You are kind of like a meme fucking lolcow, bro. You just
meme machine.
You're the meme machine. And I guess that's pretty much how you're going to become that popular person that you probably. I think that's why sometimes Paul wants you to embrace that part of yourself.
Wait a second. Did you compare me to Paul earlier? Did I let that go?
I think we all compare ourselves No, but
it couldn't be serious. Paul is not even in my shadow.
We are all the same self at the highest level. It doesn't really matter. You want to call it Paul, Alan Watts, who it is. Everybody has that particular higher consciousness within each and every one of you. It's up to you to want to use it or not.
Is he still starving himself, or is he eating again?
Steven.
I'm concerned. Go ahead, Jack.
Can we get back to Jack, Steven?
Yes.
Here, let's all being mindful. Let's try not to interrupt or overspeak.
Okay. Okay.
Please. Paul, I believe, is still fasting.
I sent him a fish. He said he did not get the fish that I sent him. A beautiful fish. Somebody gave me his address, and I tried to send him a fish to eat because I was worried about him. I thought he was hungry. Maybe I
Stephen.
misunderstood. I thought he was
Yeah.
starving.
Well, Stephen, you're another one, man.
Another what?
I
Caring
know.
individual?
It's a word that starts with the letter T and ends with an L.
A little bit trolly. Yep.
No,
Hey,
no.
here's the thing. Back to what OTW said, and it is true. Paul says this stuff true as well. At the deepest level, we are one. Any
No.
flaws? Yes, Stephen. Any flaws I see in you, they
Jack.
only come to my awareness because I know that about me.
Jack, I'm sorry to interrupt, but when you say we are one and you say I'm one with Polly, that makes me want to commit suicide. I mean, that makes me say I never want to be like
Well,
that.
Jack did his job. Then he's.
I don't want to be. I don't want to be like that.
Jack, you did your job, bro. You're doing it good,
Jack,
man. It's
Jack,
like you got another one.
You
want to do that live on camera, King Stephen, just because get another one on record.
Passionate. See, you're exposing yourselves.
Stephen,
exposing yourself.
Stephen, please. That feeling is real.
I'm the caring one. I'm the caring one.
Stephen,
I'm the good guy.
Stephen,
go ahead, Jack. Sorry. Go ahead. It's your show.
I want you to be. I want your words to be true. Okay, the words you say to you. Only you can prove that. Only you can show that. Well,
I've been trying to show it. I sent him a fish, a beautiful fish.
I think you're coming up with the wrong ideas. I think there's better ways to show that you care, truly. And
really,
yep. And back to where we were. If the thought of you and Paul being the same makes you want to kill yourself, I am a death coach. The ego. Hey, that's the ego inside. That is the ego inside.
No, it's disgust. I'm disgusted by Polly. Disgusted.
Get rid of your judgment. Get rid of your judgment.
No, it's not judgment. What's
is.
wrong with judgment?
You're feeling disgust.
What's wrong with judgment? If I see a redhead like that, a big fat ginger, judgment. It depends. If it stands on truth, then judgment is righteous. But if it stands on your own personal bias, then it's no better than a woman's rag.
I'm righteous. I'm a righteous king.
Stephen, please don't lie to yourself. Okay,
Jack, be loving and forgiving like Jesus. Don't be wishing harm upon others.
Let's join us in the present. There's no harm being wished upon anyone. As a matter of fact, though, if you can accept what I'm saying is true and consider it, try the idea for yourself. Okay? Mm-hmm. The judgment, the things that give us disgust, they are just like us in a different way, exactly like us.
Well,
so
Jack,
that's why here. This is why the Bible says, love your enemy. Love your enemy so you can understand why you're seeing them.
So I can defeat them. Love my enemy so I can defeat my enemy. Jack, wait, I just have a question about Jesus. Jesus fed the masses with fish. Now, what I was attempting to do was very like Jesus. I was trying to feed Fat Polly that said he was fasting, hungry, by sending him a beautiful fish. He said, what fish? He rejected it. I have a feeling it arrived and he did not accept the delivery. That's what I think happened. I think it came to his door and he said, no, I don't want that because that's from King Stephen. And that's trying to feed a starving person that said they hadn't eaten in 6 days. And I went on his show and I asked him, did you get the fish? I asked him directly and he said, no, what are you talking about? He let on that he didn't know what I was talking about. I was trying to feed him with fish just like Jesus would do. was the most Jesus-like thing I could think of, was to send him a fish because I was concerned that he was hungry. I just knew that he hadn't eaten in a week.
You just revealed the un-Jesus part. You were concerned.
Yes.
Maybe I jumped to conclusion. I took that as worry.
I was concerned.
I took that as worry. Concern is healthy, right? I don't want to diminish that. Here is,
who's this character? Guru of gurus.
our emotionally wounded friend Snafu.
Oh, hey,
Yep.
Snafu.
Welcome, Snafu.
How's it going, Mr. King? You know, I watched OTW and Paul shit on you last night, Talcott. If you even watch, I know you didn't watch it all, you would probably be pulling up some of the content that OTW likes to bring up when it involves you. And let's just be real. Paul's not fasting. That motherfucker's too fat and an idiot to fast. He probably has broke his fast. And he's trying to get sympathy donations. That's really what he's doing. Oh, my body. Oh, I got bumps. And as he's talking shit about all of us still. No, that motherfucker's not fasting. He went like probably an hour. Let's just be real about shit. And OTW, you're a fucking tard, dude. You came here to just promote your stupid little music video and you're culted to Paul. You should respect. I call Jack out on all kinds of shit, but I don't like that. That's some fucking. He had no shame in the game. Fucking you, like what he just did to you, dude. Yesterday, he fucking had a whole shit show on Jack. So King is right. By the way, King, good to see you, dude. And Mr. Jack, happy days.
Good to see
Smile.
you, Snafu.
No eyebrows furrowed.
I agree. I think Snafu's saying that OTW is really a sneaky, snaky piece of shit. And he's trying to fool everybody coming over here.
He's culted. But I find it
OTW.
interesting that he comes here to promote his stupid music video when his whole show was shitting on Jack yesterday. Him and Paul.
Yeah.
Actually, I would contend that we were also shitting on Cage. We were actually we focused a lot on Cage too.
Hey, you got me blocked just like Paul got me blocked because we're starting to expose you guys. You literally shit on Jack completely the whole show.
I think you got yourself blocked, man. My mods, I think they hate you.
No. You Paul blocked me because he's afraid like a little coward. You never blocked.
So
I'm just letting you know though.
Hey,
OTW, Jack's right. OTW, I'm just saying if he got out of his cultness, OTW be okay. But he's too cold.
They shat on Cage as well.
Snafu, please. Thank you. OTW.
By the way, I'm the guru of gurus today. Just so you know, Jack. I'm the guru of gurus. Just so y'all know.
How can I help? I want to help out OTW. I'm concerned about him. OTW, do you need to go to a dentist or something? I understand that you have some issues, oral issues with your teeth.
Honestly, this is Jack's neighborhood. He's here to help people who are, like his message today, right, Jack? It goes on.
I've been going around trying to help these peasants, but a lot of them, it's difficult. They don't want to accept help, and I think that's the problem.
See, that's what Jack and I had a conversation private about. He said, I need to accept his help. Huh, Jack? Me and you talked about that.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Snafu.
No, that was a private convo.
Snafu, please. I'd like you to please number one, thank you. Number two, please try not to interrupt. Okay?
Sorry, my guru-ness is just too guru. I'll try and yield. I'm fucking guru.
This is what I've realized, okay? I've learned to like the broken people who I've attracted. And OTW, you corrected me when I said yesterday, but it says streamed 1 day ago.
It was during the evening, so I streamed it at the same time you were live, I think, or something like that.
So it was yesterday.
Well, so with the time lag, look, I think we have like 3 hours difference, Jack. So for me, it was 2 days ago.
Excuses.
OTW, listen to yourself. Your excuses are irrelevant. Okay? Your confusion is being revealed. You don't even know when it is. You don't know when things happen. You don't know what you're doing. You have no
Jack,
clue.
I swear I didn't go live yesterday.
Why does it say one
Actually, I
day
think he does
ago?
know what he's doing, Jack.
Well,
He came here to promote that stupid video. He has no feeling what you're saying. Like, that's
Well,
the truth.
He's
Like, for
gaslighting
real.
Jack as well. So I think it's beyond promotion.
Yeah,
I
like,
think he's here to
absolutely. I
mind
meant-
fuck Jack.
Well, I think he's
why does
for
it say
promotion.
one
And
day ago? Okay, OTW.
I don't know,
'Cause he's
Jack.
lying to you. He's
Right.
lying.
Why would I lie? I was like, I have
No.
no idea. I'm just saying yesterday I
OTW.
didn't go live.
Gaslighting you.
OTW.
wow.
Okay, I'm not accusing you of lies. What I am telling you would be very, very healthy for you is to look at what you are saying and what you are doing, because only you can make a clown out of you.
Mhm.
Only you can show yourself to be a liar.
He's
only
a clown.
only you can show
It
yourself
was
to
yesterday.
be true.
See, he's playing dumb, Jack.
Holy shit, man! I don't know. I think I smoked too much.
OTW, like,
Holy fuck!
literally-
Yeah, what? Yesterday? Hold on a second.
OTW
dude,
has
he's
oral
playing
issues
stupid.
and memory
He's playing
issues.
coy with you, Jack.
He has oral
just a
issues
whole
and he has
disrespect
memory
level, dude.
issues.
I just
you
think
hear
he's
the-
coming up here in like a whole disrespect level,
Snafu, do
shitting on
you
you
agree
yesterday.
that he has oral issues? Patrick has oral issues and memory issues.
You know, I used to like OTW until he started culting up with that fucking Paul.
You used to
Hold on,
like.
you're
like
right.
that.
I went live. It was yesterday morning. You're right, man.
Oh,
I just,
We
there
know
you
I
go.
we're
just,
right.
fuck, man.
know
Yeah,
we're
I'm sorry. My
The
bad.
optics are
Okay,
high, you
all right.
fucktard.
Hey, dude, I'm human. The memory has faculties of forgetting, and I can be stupid sometimes. All right, so I'm sorry. I made a mistake. It was yesterday morning.
Hey, I
Your
got a
brain's
question. When
rotten.
Jack asked you to help
Snafu.
him and his message on your platform, do you have any intention to do that?
That's a
OTW?
great question. Thank you.
That's a great
It is-
But I
question.
was reviewing I think what I mixed up was I was reviewing your broadcast 2 days ago. That's
Did you
what I
not
was
hear what I
reviewing.
asked you, OTW? When Jack asked you, instead of dogging, would you help him with his message on your platform? Are you willing to do that?
Do you plan to continue the patterns of ignoring the blessings that other people are? You want to continue showing yourself to lack respect of others? Or do you want to actually try and promote a guy who, my purpose is peace on the world?
He's stalling. Answer the questions, OTW.
Any interest in
Okay, I didn't know
promoting
I had to like I didn't know it was like answering within 5 seconds. Like
clock
wow,
is ticking.
I didn't know it was a
He has
ticker.
oral
There.
issues with
Well,
Paul.
he's thinking because he knows it would upset his daddy, right?
No,
If
wait.
you actually worked
Because-
with Talcott, you did
Hold on a
good, you
second.
did good and worked with them and,
There you
and helped
go.
promote his message.
Let OTW answer, please, because I actually
the
think
questions.
that's true. The last time we had a healthy conversation, you were subjected to a bunch of ridicule and you were manipulated into going back to the old ways of being disrespectful towards Jack. So the question is, are you willing to change and take a risk of disappointing Paulie Boy and the other people that enjoy making fun of Jack? Are you willing to spend some time promoting Jack? I know you could.
Okay, here's an answer that I can give you. How about for the moment, no more Jack review dis Jack. Is that good for starters?
That's not
So
good
you
enough.
wouldn't have Jack on your show to help like promote his message and
Hey,
shit? Just
will
'cause
will
your
you
daddy
shut
did
up
that?
for a second, Snafu?
I don't
We're kind of
need
like
you. It's obviously what
negotiating
you're
right
doing.
now.
Right. And let's please. Yes. OTW,
Okay.
you're right. We're having reasonable discussion, and I'd greatly appreciate it if you allow me to lead. I appreciate what you've offered. It's really helped promote this conversation, but for you, OTW, I understand. I'd like you to consider. I'd like you to really reflect and consider on what we've discussed and see what your heart says. Okay?
Yeah.
Is Beck stalking the king again?
She's
That is
stalking
duly
me
noted.
again. She always shows up when I go live.
She's stalking you, dude.
Well,
I could smell it.
Stephen, please.
Well,
I can't too.
Jack, it smells like fish, and it's not the fish that I sent to.
Stephen.
I think it's his fleece pinky.
It
What do you-
smells
what
like
would you like,
feminine
Jack?
weaponized toes. No neck bets.
Snafu.
Go ahead. Sorry, I'm guruing it. I'm way more.
Jeez.
Sorry. I
Did you say
apologize.
no neck
My
backs?
guru is out of hand right now. I apologize.
Hello,
Lord,
Jack.
Lord.
Hello, Jack.
Yes. Welcome
And gentlemen, or
That
whatever it
voice.
is, men's of the
Oh.
panel.
It's
Oh.
guru of
Allow-
gurus to you,
Would
Bex.
you
I am
allow
guru of
someone
gurus today.
else to speak, please? Please, Bex.
I
Sorry
just
for the
wanted her
interruption.
to say I'm the guru of gurus, but go ahead.
You're not.
I just wanted to say, what's up, my crackers? Happy holidays. Good to see you all. I have great impact, unfortunately, on Stephen. He doesn't realize we haven't been together on a panel in a long time. He goes to many panels I don't go on.
No,
I know
that's
the
not
stalking
true.
is in the dictionary, but we don't need to talk
Not
about that.
true.
It's a little
Not
bit
true.
amusing, I understand, but there's
Not
better
true.
things we can talk about.
She's a psycho stalker.
I just
Stephen,
wanted to come up and say
It's
hello.
true, Jack. I have to
Steven.
defend myself. Yes, Jack.
Stephen, only egos.
I'm being very.
The victim feels the need to defend itself. You're not a victim.
What victim?
You're not in
What are you
any
talking about?
danger. Stephen, the only thing you're in danger of is
Victim.
changing your beliefs.
No, Jack.
Yep.
I'm
yep,
not changing my
that's why,
beliefs. What are you talking about?
Stephen, you are not
Jack?
the king. Stephen, politely,
Yes.
you are not the king you imagine yourself to be, nor
Yes,
is
I am,
Paul. Okay,
I
how about this?
I am.
Stephen, you are the king that you think yourself to be, just as Paul is the god of media, he claims
No. No.
Yes.
He's
Exactly, Stephen.
Jack.
Stephen, it's exactly you.
no. Jack, no. He's
You're
living in a
denial.
moldy, dingy,
Stephen.
dark trailer. I'm in
Stephen,
a palace.
your differences do not make a difference.
Jack,
Okay? You and him were brought on the
don't
path of
wag your
life.
finger. You're getting excited. Calm
am.
down, Jack. Come
You're
on.
right. God bless.
Yes,
Look at
you.
that
You're right.
smile, Jack. That's what I'm talking about. Guru it out. Guru it out.
Let's chill out.
you.
Let's chill out and have
Hey,
some fun here.
I
Not
like
get
this
angry.
smile versus
Thank you.
eyebrows furrowed.
Let's chill out.
I like
Let's chill out, bro. Let's
Thank
chill
you
out.
for that.
What do
Thank
you think?
for
Hey,
that.
Beck,
welcome.
what do you think about OTW not wanting to help Jack?
Let's move past
That's a
that.
good question.
No, that's in the past.
Bex,
We've
do you want me
already
to send you a care package? Do you want a fish? Do you want some food? I'm
Any
sending out food.
gift, I would
Bex,
welcome a gift from you.
Nubs
King
says
Stephen. Thank you.
hello and says hi to Junior.
Oh, bless Nubs and his best stock in the universe, and I hope he's getting his support payments for his semen donations. Yeah, Junior's just wonderful. I hope they spent some time together. Thank you for the passed on message. The father of my pixelated child, Nubs. He's a fantastic man.
Kind of like Venus's pixelated vagina that got violated online, apparently.
Wait,
I'm just saying.
I
But go ahead.
Okay,
I've lost
this is
where
it.
this
You know,
is.
this is where I understand Jack. You know, it's like you got, you know, we could, you know, it's like joking around is like one thing, but then when you go full out fucking retard, that's where
Thank
it's
Dude,
not.
you're
You know,
the one who just
Can we-
clowned
no,
Jack
but come
yesterday and then lied
on.
about
I
it
mean,
and
come
called me a retard.
on.
Can I
This isn't
suggest a never-
OTW, guys. This is Jack's. Come on, man.
Well,
Thank you.
maybe that's a good point to tie in where we could move in from vagina talk to inner child talk, like my avatar represents. You know, allowing
See, she's obsessed.
inner child.
They're loving me in the
the,
chat room. They're loving me in
Oh,
the
I
chat
got
room.
inner talk too. Hold
of
on.
us all.
I got one too.
It
Hold
just-
on. Look.
Oh God.
Okay, I'm going to ask again. Stephen Snafu, please stop interrupting others. Okay? Just because you find a disagreement from what someone is offering doesn't give you the right to be disrespectful. And where I
I'm
was
offering
going,
entertainment, Jack. I'm here to entertain.
I know, but there's missed opportunities if you're focused on entertaining yourself. Okay?
No, not
Because-
myself. The chat room and the panel.
I know. Okay, you know what? And here, let me offer truly. You guys have helped me learn how to have more fun. Okay, many
Yes.
of you have, especially Paulie Boy. I mean, I love that young man. There's no denying that. But there's a time for fun, and then there's a time for paying attention. And I ask,
Jack, may I ask a
Mhm.
question?
please.
When you say I love that young man, do you love that he fucking clowns on you,
No.
tells you you're full of shit,
Nope.
tells you you're worthless? Like, then what is there to love about a piece of shit like that? I don't love him. He's a piece of shit online to everyone. Why would
He's
you love
one-
something like that?
because
I
of his
despise people like that.
snafu.
Hello?
Here's what, let me get to this point because it applies to what you said about Paul. It applies to what has been said here between Stephen and Bex, and we have crossed paths with each other so that we could learn from a different version of us how we're being seen, and we've got to look at what we're showing to others. It's up to each of us to become true. If we say something, no one can prove that to be true except us. And what I found to be true, love is the only thing I want. Love is the only thing I want to offer. Love is the only thing I want to experience.
Hello? Dr. Broom? Oh, wait, is this... Oh, this is Bex's father. Oh,
Welcome, Margot. How are you today?
sorry, I had to take a
Hello,
phone
Jack.
call.
Is Bex truly on this call?
With Stephen?
Yes,
No.
this is truly Bex on screen with you, Margot.
Jack, I must tell you, I've heard Bex say some very unkind things about you in the past, just so you're aware.
Yeah, Jack and I
Thank
have
you.
talked about them. Thanks, Margot, directly, and
I was
very-
speaking with Jack, not you, Bex.
Yeah, speaking
Thank-
about me right in front of me.
Margot.
This is Jack's channel, and I'm speaking with Jack. Bex, you are
The
definitely
Alpha
showing your true character again.
Holy cows. Margot, thank you.
Oh,
You're welcome,
Um,
Jack.
What Bex said is true. And here's the thing. I've learned how, back to the question that Snafu was asking though. Paul continues to say things about me. Do I still love him? Yes. But I can't control what anyone else does. I can't control what anyone else says. But I tell you what, we have all been gathered in our paths online publicly.
Jack, I have a question respectfully. In what ways do you love Paul?
He is sorry, Mad Mystic, thank you for your patience in the back. I'm not going to bring you up. You've given me no reason. Are you? No. You asked a question.
In what ways do you love Paul? Yes.
The Christ. The Christ is within. The I am that is within me is the I am that is within you and Paul and everyone else we don't like, we don't know. That is
yeah, but
what
you
I
just
choose.
proved yourself wrong then with Mad Mystic, because you're like, oh, I'll give everyone a shot, and just like the way you just said, I'm not bringing you up.
Is Mad
You just did-
Mystic you? Is he Jack? Is that what you're saying?
That's I don't know. I'm just saying that's kind of contradictory.
Okay.
To what you just
Snafu.
did.
Snafu, thank you for pointing out a perfect example. Okay, because I was thinking about this earlier. These thoughts of becoming true, making sure that what the things you say, the things you do, making sure they're true. And I thought, as soon as I was thinking those thoughts, I am so sick of proving myself wrong. I proved myself wrong.
We're sick of it too, Jack. We don't want you to prove yourself wrong. We want you to make things right. Dr. Broom asked me to ask Bex if she's taking her meds. Are you okay?
Some very unkind things about you.
Mad Mystic, you're now up here, but you've got an echo coming through, so I muted you while you adjust that. El Perro, welcome to you, brother.
Are you
Greetings,
on your meds,
everybody.
El Perro? Are you on yours?
Excuse me?
Are you on your meds, El Perro? Have you taken your meds today?
Why?
Well, we
No,
know
but
it's not
Jack-
cancer
right,
medicine because
it was
it's fake
Dr.
cancer.
See you around,
Broom.
Jack. I'm out of here.
Thank
Oh,
you,
okay.
OTW. Blessings to you, my friend.
Hallelujah.
Um,
Now, if we could get Bex to leave, we'd be on a roll.
Well, Dr. Broom wanted to know
Margot,
if
I
she's
would
on.
guarantee you, you've said 100 things to my one about Jack himself, let alone making this about me. So if we all want to get honest about what we've all done out here,
Honest.
then there's no one on this panel is innocent of doing
my
to Jack.
goodness.
I'm just going to use this as an example. He doesn't need me to advocate. We could pick any one of us. No one here is guilty of doing something to someone that hasn't been done to them or that they haven't done exactly what they're accusing the other of.
I am fucking innocent. Fuck you.
No, you're not. So, Margot, that's you. That's you.
it's all
Informants are us. Informants are us. Is Hamas funding you too, Jack? Hamas is funding gang stalking operations here on YouTube. Is Hamas funding you, Jack?
So I got to ask who is funding Hamas.
I'm asking questions as a
So
journalist.
I've got to ask who is funding Hamas.
I'm curious about that too.
Let's ask questions. Palestine thumbnail, Paul Unslaved. I got receipts. Who funded Jaguar Right? Jackie Fox 333 giving a $3,500 donation to Paul Unslaved. Paul Unslaved. Hamas is funding gang stalking.
I'd like to know where you got the record stating that. If you have the authority to do so, that would be like financial intrusion.
El Perro, please. Thank you. Mad Mystic, I put you in the back, okay, because we're not going to play this. You just loop on and on and on with all your complaints and accusations. She left.
I think that was wise, Jack.
Is El Perro's name Charles beside me?
No.
He looks familiar. Is that Charles?
Like Manson? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah. I thought it was
Manson. He was speaking of Manson. Thank
you. He looks like that.
Another one you can't imprison when he's
Resemblance.
free in his own mind.
Hey, guys, regardless of Mystic's demeanor, what she's pointing out is there's some ugly things happening in the world. I know Snafu does what, in his own way, he tries to highlight the darkness in the world. Well, the darkness in the world can become us. And what Mystic is saying, there's righteous problems in this world. And sincerely, it's my prayer that we become the generation that changes things before I die. Or after I die, as long as the world changes. I don't care.
What kind of funeral would you want, Jack? Would you want us to celebrate, like dance and sing and drink and be merry, or would you want a somber affair, or what would you like? You want joy?
Celebrate. That motherfucker's finally gone.
We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun.
Jack, can I be in charge of your funeral? Because I plan events, and we could like cremate you, and then we'll have a dance on the Washington Bridge downtown, and then we'll sprinkle your ashes in the Spokane River.
And that brings upon a.
Did you say sprinkle his asses or ashes?
Both, because his ass is good.
I think kind of like picking a doctor, picking someone to plan your funeral. They should be typically younger than
picking a doctor.
Yeah.
Dr. Broom wants to know if you took your meds, Bex.
Steven.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Steven, or who you're talking about.
And I doubt.
I just want to be embalmed and thrown out of a helicopter.
Jackie just gave me a $10,000 donation. Jackie Fox 333.
Wonderful. Congratulations.
Wow.
So she has a lot of money. Wow. I didn't realize that she's that wealthy.
Are you kidding?
Would you please? Here, let me point something out. Snafu got put in the back. Steven, you're right on the edge. Okay. You keep over speaking, interrupting others. So please,
I'm trying my best, Jack. I'm sorry.
Margot, I really want to thank you. I was giving some thought. I went back and I wrote down what some of the things you were saying. The executive function. Is that what?
There's like 10
Functions.
of them. Yeah.
The skills of executive function.
Yes.
Self-control.
They make the world go round.
I'm going to look more into that, but just those ideas of executive function, being the ruler of you, the one who makes your control. You are control of you unless you allow yourself to be manipulated or moved by others.
May I respond to that?
Please.
So we start out as an infant with 0. We just have instinct. And then we gain executive functions as we grow. And if you take someone that, does drugs or alcohol during like their teen years, when their brain isn't completely matured, you're going to cause damage, and you'll see that damage within your executive functioning skills.
The way we're designed, it truly is amazing. There's so much to be learned about what could be obvious things, right? This idea of executive function, of taking control of your mind, I never considered those things.
I'm telling you, Jack, that's why I'm like your big sister, remember?
Hey,
she's here to help.
I am.
An evil sister.
Well, I'd like to point out, even in this stream, I've noticed we've triggered each other.
Okay? I am not triggered.
Well,
I'm not either. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. But Jack, I have an offer for you.
You were triggered just because Rebecca showed up on the.
Not at all. I wasn't triggered at all. I could just smell it. I could smell it. I wasn't triggered.
Yes, Margot tried to get in Jack's pants just by coming up and talking about me.
Let him speak.
Please. Let's stop.
Sorry, Jack.
Thank you. Please.
So can we get back to Jack? And can I say something real quick, Jack? Because we were talking about, you mentioned something about ending wars and whether it happened in your lifetime or even after. And so I was trying to say that brings up the interesting aspect of, what is the true value of your intent? Not necessarily the success, but the intent. Because at the end of the day, do you really want to be the one that's successful in his intent as seeing that goal accomplished? Or are you merely sufficed by being able to accept that intent and being part of that success?
I know the answer.
Are you accusing him of being crazy, El Perro? Is that a roundabout way of doing? I had a question for Jack.
He admitted himself. He didn't care if it happened in his lifetime or not. That implies that he merely wants to be part of the success.
Implies, yes. Okay. Settle down, though.
No, Stephen, brother, you have shown patterns of denial.
Jack, I've been patient. I wanted to ask you this question for the last 25 minutes. And these idiots, these peasants keep interrupting me.
Please.
Okay. Let me ask the question.
I'll remember
I have
that
a lot of money, as you know. You're
panel.
interrupting again. Hold on. You're interrupting again. I have, as you know, Jack, I'm a man of means. I have a lot of money. I'm independently wealthy. I'm looking to invest perhaps upwards of $200,000. But I said to my audience on my show, I'm considering Jack in the running as a charity case. But if he kicks me off the show one more time, that's off the table then. If I get kicked off the show.
Thank you for considering the idea, Stephen. But here's something you can learn from me. I will not be manipulated, brother.
I'm not manipulating you. It's part of the contract, Jack.
Okay. Well,
it's not manipulation.
So is that contract fulfilled now that he already kicked you off?
Yeah.
Was it fulfilled? No, nothing was.
Didn't you just go back on your word in that contract?
Oh,
Charles, you're interfering.
You know what? Actually, please, what he brought up was true.
He wants the money, though.
No,
He's jealous,
I-
Jack. He's trying to
I-
sabotage you.
no, I jumped
Yes.
to conclusions with the
Okay.
assumption that throwing you in the back would be already considered a violation of the agreement. However, you
It isn't a
showed
written
honor.
contract yet.
You showed honor that there's not been any agreement reached.
Yes.
So I appreciate.
I'm an honorable man. I'm honorable. I'm sorry for talking over. There's a
Oh,
delay
look at
here.
Venus,
I
though,
think.
the weaponized Me Too girl. Yolanda showed up. Bex is here. Sorry, I just saw she disappeared.
Would you please?
Go ahead. Sorry, I'm listening.
They're chasing after me. That's what it is.
Yeah, the weaponized hoes are active right now. That's why they're here.
Hey, hello.
The Me Too hoes are active. Margot's not included in that, by the way.
Snafu.
I love you, Snafu.
I do too. We have issues, but I still love you, Margot.
Holy cows. Praise God.
Yeah. Holy cows, Jack. What an interesting display of upside down, right?
They're all up here. Look at this. This is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm
guys.
just saying that, yeah. You already know
Hello.
what time it is, Steve.
Hello. This is a beautiful opportunity to work
I
on
love
our own, executive awareness, right? What are we doing now that these people have shown up? The freak, thank you.
He just
Jeremy,
donated his
you
life
can
savings
basically
to you.
ye that
Yeah.
have escaped the sword, go away, stand not still. Remember the Lord afar off, and let Jerusalem come into your mind.
Oh man, that was his last $5. He loves you, Jack.
Jack, I got an excellent idea.
Please share.
Let's
Well,
go
Let's
zebra.
You have the weaponized Me Too hoes on panel. They might be able to got connections to get you to do a speech with the Me Too movement people. Like for real talk. Because Bex, Yolanda, and Venus have all shown the world they're weaponized feminists in the Me Too movement.
And you showed us
No,
your
Jack
beautiful
did a
penis.
speech with the Me Too movement type people.
Snafu.
I'm just saying you could reach connections.
Snafu, I appreciate the ideas. However, you sound like a victim. And you're
I
not
am a
Showed us
victim.
his
These are
penis.
weaponized hoes, bro. I'm a victim. I'm a man that's a victim.
We are the founding mothers of feminism.
And he
Is,
showed us his penis on a live stream. Did you know that, Jack? It's
That
green.
doesn't.
Was
I-
his bigger than yours, Venus?
Would you please?
It was way bigger than
hold-
yours, and his is
No.
minuscule
No.
and green. And green. Is yours green?
Green. Ew.
Oh, cows. Hey,
You better
Stephen,
get.
I have it.
Yes,
I have
Jack.
it
Yes.
on a StreamYard. Yeah.
We're getting along good today, I think. What were you going to
I-
say, Jack?
I wanted to come back to that conversation about money because
Wait. I want to know what you were going to say about me putting my penis out there, Jack. Because one, we know that it was a cartoon penis that Venus.
No, how
claimed
do you
was
know
my
that?
Venus
How do
wants
you
your
know that?
penis.
Because I told you the crew trolled you and porn bombed your bitch ass with a cartoon penis. I
So
told
you
you that.
did
What's your
porn
penis?
bomb.
I admit it.
So you did
I
porn
admit it, you
bomb
dumb.
us.
This bitch
Oh,
is
wow.
going
So
around
there's
saying
your
I put my
penis.
real
You
penis out
porn
there.
bombed us with your
No,
penis.
Jack. You really think I put
No.
my penis out there? You know me. You think I'm
You're
that
such
dumb?
a good
Okay,
Christian.
good. You were
porn
almost saying,
bombing
well,
people.
I would have.
Wow.
This bitch is a liar, and that's the fact.
You're the only bitch here.
Venus,
Go ahead. I yield. That's why it was a green dick. It was a goblin dick. They were
you
making fun of
two-
Goblin in you because he's a weaponized hoe with you.
No,
And
no,
for the
you're
record,
making
I
a
am-
Goblin
lie.
dick,
You're a
Goblin
liar.
dick.
Here,
Yeah,
hold
it's a
on.
goblin porn.
He's a
Hold on,
liar. He just admitted
Please.
to porn bombing my channel.
please. Margot, were you trying to say something?
Well, Venus said that Snafu was the only bitch on panel, and I identified myself as a bitch. So
Okay, I'm sorry.
forgive me. I yield, Jack.
We in a club, Margot.
Would
You want to join our bitch club, Jack? Become a bitch with us.
Snafu. It's up to you how you behave, and I know you can behave better.
I think we're doing just fine today. We've had
It's
conversation.
improving. It's improving. We're learning how to communicate with each other. It's taken us a while.
fun.
All of us.
You know,
Well,
Jack,
it's
you were
surreal.
mentioning that. Hold on a second. You were mentioning that you were going to end the stream, and then I hopped on, and all this madness ensued. You were almost ready to end the stream, and I kept it going. I mean, I saved the show. I saved the show.
Do you know what that's called? Do you know what that's called, Stephen? It's called megalomania.
It's called You're a Stalker. You're a stalker. I'm the hero.
Today.
Let's
suggest
pause.
zebra hunting.
I'm the
Let's go on an
showstopper.
expedition.
Pause.
Zebra hunting.
Because what
Venus.
Stephen pointed out facts, okay?
Yes.
And
yes.
and those facts are accurate. Now,
I agree.
the story
100%.
we tell from those facts, I mean, there was a couple of definitions and answers already thrown out there, but Stephen, you're right. I was ready to shut it down, but life works moment by moment.
Look at how great this turned out.
It
turned out
I
beautiful.
think it was
Yes, you had
I think
fun.
it was OTW. It was
No,
OTW.
once OTW left, once he left, it turned out great.
Thank
Wait a
you,
But I
minute.
was here.
Stephen.
Who was
But
here
I was
first?
here. It was me.
You're
Who
gross.
was here first?
Hey, Jack.
Welcome. Yes.
Psycho Bex is changing history.
Jack, it's me, Yolanda. I just want to say thank you for letting all of this nonsense end with all of us. The
Nonsense.
2024. Let's see what 2025.
Whoa, are you saying
to
everything
offer
Jack has
everybody.
done is nonsense? Why are you
How
degrading
rude.
the show?
How
She
rude.
was talking about
That's
us.
rude. That's rude.
Stop picking
Come
on my
on,
brother.
Yolanda. That was a backhanded compliment.
She was
I
Show
talking
didn't
about
Jack some
us.
respect. Show Jack some
Wait,
respect.
wait.
I have a good response for it, and that
Okay.
I'm choosing not to engage because they're the ones that continuously are showing that that's you. They can't control themselves. They
You're
come
so much
together.
better. You're so much better, Yolanda. You're so much better than everybody.
Margot, I
Who are
really
they?
find it hilarious that you come up here to school people on how not to behave. Okay?
Thanks,
You are
Yolanda.
in no position to be
Thanks.
pointing any fingers at anybody,
Oh
Margot.
my God, what would I do without this?
Margot,
Yes, Jack.
I love you, my sister.
I love you too.
Okay. The feedback and what people are saying,
It's obvious.
I'm seeing so much growth. And what I heard from Yolanda, Stephen and Snafu, you guys got put to the back again because of your interruptions. It's real easy to see the worst in things. It's real easy to find the worst in what we hear.
Like Yolanda does?
No, here, catch yourself, okay? Because from what I heard Yolanda say, she pointed out facts that people may not agree with, but there's been a lot of craziness and a lot of unhealthy confusion, and yet it's been healthy. And we are finishing up 2024, so I have a lot of faith and excitement, especially with all of you who've joined today.
Does Yolanda have any other words of wisdom
Jack,
that I must
if
hear?
I may, I defended you just now, because that was backhanded of Yolanda, what she said, because
I was
the
defending
good
Jack
and the
as well.
bad have
Yes,
to
you
happen. You create content either way. The way you manage
Snaps
it
is
is
a
on you.
troublemaker.
And in 2025, let's remember, Yolanda's going to get ready for her next set.
He's such a troublemaker.
Well, I do say nonsense, myself included. I've come up here and participated and been ridiculous. How you all want to take offense and personal is entirely up to you, and your projection and
I'm
behavior
so
and
offended.
response is
Thanks,
what's
Yolanda.
showing your guys' personalities. It's consistent.
Thanks, Yolanda. Thanks.
It's the way we work.
And
It
by the
really
way,
is.
I'm not up here to try to interfere between you and Jack. I didn't know you guys were dating. Like, Margot, my goodness.
Oh,
Please.
Thanks, Yolanda.
I had to say it, Jack, because she does this on many panels, and it's ridiculous to me at this point that
On
she's
many
doing the same
panels? What other
nonsense
panels
she's
do you
trying to do
go
it to
to?
me, and it's not going to work.
Yeah.
It's
Margot, you
grow
started it.
up.
You started it. You hopped up
please.
on a panel to talk to someone you've never spoken to, pretty much. And you've talked about me everywhere else. Most of the
you're
people I've
gross.
talked about, I
Ooh.
speak to.
Bex,
So,
Bex,
sorry.
that sounds
Jack.
like
I
crying
didn't mean
victim,
it.
Bex. Come on.
Well,
Let me-
I'm
Give a
just
shit.
here to
Talk all you
declare
want,
that
but
I would like to declare that I am nothing like Venus, Bex, or Yolanda.
Good.
I agree 100%. I
agree.
love
We
Margot.
agree.
That's what you
Yeah,
are.
I agree. Do you agree, Venus? Yolanda, would you agree on that? Margot's
Bex
statement.
is
We agree
playing
on
victim.
something.
You're not a
Yeah, I
victim,
agree.
Bex. Come
I'm
on.
not playing victim at all. You see it
Don't
through
play
your
victim.
yes, you see it through your little cloudy lenses there, Stephen. I think you should get your eyes checked.
You
your
already
ears
said
checked.
that you're part of the Me Too movement.
No, I didn't
No,
say
that's
that.
a lie. That's what
Snap
Snapper
said
said.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, okay.
You
All
don't
right.
know
So
the
you're
lore,
not.
Monk,
You're not.
Margot.
That's okay.
You're not
I
part of the Me
understand.
Too.
Can
Yeah,
I-
zebras listen to zebras, so that's
So
cool.
you're not part of the Me Too.
Yes,
Is that what
please,
you're
Jack.
saying?
Can I let me
There
jump
is
in?
no Me Too movement here.
Please
Exactly.
let me we are all learning and developing on our own and with each other. And Margot, you're right. You're not like Yolanda and Bex and if I didn't catch who it was, but you're not like them, and yet at the same time you are. We all are. I'm different from all of you, and yet we all are the same because we're all here. Our paths in life brought us to here. And Margot, we got to face the facts. You have a reputation for talking about people.
Who else?
Who
The only
aren't-
other. Who
who
do I
aren't
talk
there.
about except for you?
Well, it was me, and then I don't know, but
Many conversations about me, Marco, with Stephen on his channel. I've talked about you though. I've talked about you, about your dentures, your benzodiazepine use, about all that stuff.
yes,
I pointed
yes.
stuff out. So,
And those things aren't appropriate either. You know that,
exactly.
right?
You have no
Shouldn't
idea
use them.
how old I am. Well, maybe I did share how old I am. I look fantastic for how old I am, so you can say
Yeah,
whatever
you
you
sure
want.
do. You sure do. You can hear it. We can hear it, just like people can hear my voice. In my voice, how old I am. So, it's,
Well,
it's not an insult. It's just a
I'm-
statement.
Well, I'm pretty and you're not, so.
Well, I'm
Oh,
glad you feel that
boy,
way.
are
I'm
you
glad you.
going?
I sincerely am glad you feel that way. As anyone should look in the mirror and feel good about themselves. So your opinion of me doesn't affect my opinion of me, Margot, and
Okay.
that's healthy.
Thanks.
And
Wow.
something to consider. Before Stephen was put in the back, Venus was pointing out that what he was seeing was through his filter. So we see each other through and ourselves through this filter of our mind. The best way I found is to accept and to appreciate, because then you feel good. And then you don't have to worry about flaws in others. You can focus on the flaws in yourself. That's how we're going to make a better world.
Jack, if I may, like real shit, all three of these women have admitted being.
Snafu, you are not one to be persecuting. You, I am confident, Snafu. I am confident you have things to admit. We all, until we admit things, we carry this crap within us, and this crap within us clouds our minds.
Jack, may I ask a question?
Please.
I came in late. What is the topic of the day?
Faith, how faith confuses the fearful.
Oh.
I used to be so afraid, and I did not understand faith. And in hindsight, I actually kept myself away from people of faith because I felt less than them. I didn't understand what they knew.
I'm sorry.
Well, I see it happening when people aren't comfortable in their skin. That's when we have the interruptions and all the craziness happening, because we start creating these battles. The ego of the mind, this is what I am, an egoic death coach. Because if you allow your ego to die away and fade away into unimportance, you can live with a spirit of love.
Freud is not going to like that, Jack.
No, not at all. Many people don't, because the ego is who we are. But what I suggest is we can allow ourselves to transform and allow the Christ, the Christic, to start rising with us. The way to do that, though, you got to take what you know and start applying what you know so that you're honest. You can actually say, no, I tried. I did my best. Someone brought it up earlier, the power of intention. If I succeed or fail with my dreams, it doesn't matter. I know that I'm going to spend the rest of my life trying. It is my intention. And I think it's going to happen. What's that?
You said that the ego is who we are, and you're suggesting that we kill the ego. That would be killing who we are. I don't really understand that part of it. That seems new agey to me, I guess. Like, kill who we are.
That's a good question or statement.
It is. And it actually, I know how this can come across, but it actually kind of plays into the live, laugh, and LARP from the thumbnail. LARP, the idea of live action role play. Well, we in some way, that's kind of how life is. We kind of pretend our way through it. We pretend we know, we pretend we're doing the right thing, and then we find out, am I right? Am I doing the right thing? So life is a continuous game of strategy and practice. We develop and discover who we are through trial and error. So allow yourself to be a child, to pretend and become more like love, more like the Prince of Peace. The true king of this world is Jesus.
Did you literally say like love?
Was
What
that a
is
shot
love?
at me? I'm the king.
That's why I said the true king.
Oh,
is,
I knew what you were doing. I caught on to that.
You get it.
Well,
I heard.
listen, I think I saw that live, love, and LARP sign in Bex's bathroom. They sell those.
Do you know
They sell
the
those
difference
signs.
between like and love? I heard it was spit and swallow.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway.
Wow.
Holy cow.
Did you know she was going to talk about you that way, Based Oracle?
Stop.
Yes.
Based, quiet. Welcome to you, Based. You've been
Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt all of that shit.
Oh, holy cows.
See, this is fun.
Jack, happy 2025.
Thank you.
Take care.
Yolanda sounds like a Smurf.
Back to real life.
Wanda, are you getting a round of shots for 20?
Would you let someone finish their thought?
Let Smurf F
Take
talk.
care, Yolanda. Have a good New Year.
Thank you, Venus. All of you guys. I'll see you all around.
Happy
and let's
New
see
Year.
how we all interact this 2025. I look forward to being on another.
All right, take away her mic.
No kidding.
Bigger and better LARPs for 2025.
You're getting bigger and
Bigger and better LARPs.
Yeah.
Yes. Yolanda, thank
Thank you. Take care.
blessings. I look forward, honestly. It blows my mind. 2024 is about done again.
Yeah.
I can't believe how old I'm getting. Margot, you do look great, whatever age you are. I've seen you're doing wonderful, taking care of your health.
She does.
And,
Jack.
28.
Jack, do you remember when Baskin Robbins had one flavor? Are you that old?
What the fuck?
Do you remember when Baskin Robbins had one flavor? Are you that old?
No. I am old
His
enough.
mic too.
I am old enough to have experienced a life before internet, before cell phones, before pagers. I experienced the party lines for the telephone landlines. I experienced living with an outhouse.
Oh, outhouse? What?
He
You
did.
were around before plumbing? Are you
Morse
kidding me?
code.
Holy shit!
Before
Literally.
Centuries old.
Now that's Colville, Washington for you right there.
Jack, were you
your
around
double
before
chin,
Venus?
that old
Were you
Venus.
were you around before Venus transitioned?
Yeah, that was pretty old.
You
That was a while ago.
Hey,
Yeah.
I heard that Snapper has a little tiny micro weenie that's green.
See, look, they all are thinking about
Why
my
do
cock,
these-
Jack.
Why do
Wow.
They're weaponized toes, but
Why
they're
do
She
so
wants
women
fascinated with my
talk
dick.
about vulgar
I just don't get it.
things?
That
Hey,
is
you told
vulgar.
me to suck Jack off, didn't you, Margot? Don't you remember
Whoa,
that
whoa,
night?
whoa, whoa, let's
Whoa,
stop.
what?
She
No, I
did.
did not.
Whoa.
Yes, you did. I
On
have the
camera?
screenshot.
Venus.
What I'm
Yes,
Jack
seeing,
knows
sure.
me well enough to know that I would not
What?
talk in
I
that
have the
vulgar-
screen.
what I am seeing
Thank you, Jack.
is people trying to trigger each other, okay? We don't need to react to everything that's said, Snafu, okay?
I'm not
And
the one saying
you're
fucking tell Margot all this
That
crazy
was like
Snafu.
12 octaves.
Snafu,
Look at his avatar right now. There's just body parts. What's up with that, Snapper?
It's called the internet cupcake.
Oh,
Here, let me
That's
fix
so
it.
cute.
Here, I'll do this better. Look, Jack,
that's the internet.
fine.
I'm not finding much willingness between you to try and find peace. Why is that? Venus, Snafu? Do you know? Stephen?
I do know.
Snapper's
You're
just
putting
in
me in
love
the
with
mix,
me.
Jack. I'm. Can you let me answer? I was mentioned. I am trying to find peace here, and I'm trying to bring fun and joy. Remember that earlier when I said we had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun. I'm trying to lighten the mood here, and I'm trying to be the king peacemaker, the royal peacemaker. So I'm trying my best. I'm trying to bring people together.
How's it
And,
working? How do you think?
So far in the chat, they said it's been brilliant. They said they've never seen us get along this well before for this long. I think it's working great. It's a good first step. I think it's
Thank you, King
fantastic.
Stephen.
You're welcome, Margot. I love you.
I love you too.
Thank you.
You know what? Our
Aw, that's so
experiences.
cute.
See how well this is working?
Our experience
So cute.
is
beautiful.
shared. Our experience is shared through us all. So each of us is going to remember and experience different things from this. But
You
it's
gotta do
all going to
better,
be
Venus.
experience.
I think that's what Jack's saying. He's too kind to say it. You got to try a little bit harder, Venus, to get along
No.
I
here.
can't help it that you're
No.
a queen, Stephen.
No.
Queen
Oh, that's
Stephen.
rude.
God save the queen.
Gosh,
God
everything you
save the
say is like a
queen.
whiny
That's a
victim.
rude peasant.
She
That's a
whines,
yeah. I
bro.
heard that
Human
voice.
being.
That
What
voice.
does
Yeah.
ping
Go
pong?
fuck yourself.
What
Oh
does
wow!
calling
Wow.
and
Wow.
insult?
Wow!
Wow. Wow.
Nasty.
Venus, hello. I'm trying to talk to you now, Venus. You keep bringing up conversations and attacks of Snafu and Steven.
Hey, I'm always
So what
being
is-
attacked. No, I'm being attacked. So, you know,
Venus?
Oh,
I'm always
Venus?
being attacked by these two idiots.
Okay,
I
so
thought you're not a victim.
let's
No, I'm not.
see.
That's why I'm defending myself, Snapper.
Well,
Triggered.
okay,
Did you look at his avatar yet? Have you looked at it?
Venus?
What it is? You should look at it carefully.
Uh-huh. So, Venus, what I'd like you to consider, I've been dealing with the same characters.
She gone?
Oh, what a nice surprise.
She left.
Damn, she does.
See, let me remind. We've got new people tuned in now. Looks like the numbers have grown a little bit. For those who are interested in changing their lives, please reach out to me. Because people run from answers, it seems, when they don't want to change their minds, or they ignore the answers. But in time, we're all learning together. And the truth is all that
Hey, Jack.
matters.
Are you opening
Yes.
up your column? Are we taking calls now?
No, that's for people who want to actually try and see if they can take away some ideas from me. I'm offering time to brainstorm with people. Truly, that's what I'm offering. But I've been given an insight to different resources, different teachers, and different methods. All I'm hoping to offer is to share some of what I've learned to help others. Anyone who wants to change their life into better ways can.
Huh. I think if you ever did open line phone calls, that'd be cool too. You could always take questions from random viewers. You know, that'd be kind of cool.
Hey, proper instruction motivates people. Blessings to you. You're welcome and invited to join. The only request is that we share discussions instead of arguments. But brother, let me talk to Paul for just a second. You are an example that inspired me with some thoughts elsewhere. You think you're different, but you're not. Paul, you're just the same as everyone else. I've seen a lot of people grow in their self-discipline, you know, hiking a mountain 6 times a day, you know, doing these different things. I did those things as a kid too. I established and developed a good self-discipline in myself in some ways. But I see a lot of people that will make themselves suffer just so they can boast about their suffering. So, brother, I admire you and what you're doing. You're cleansing your body, you're purifying yourself, and I congratulate you on your diet change. What I want to encourage you to truly fast from is your negativity. Everyone. I encourage everyone to take a day, commit to yourself. I'm fasting from negativity. I'm just going to be, I'm going to be grateful. Because people don't like to hurt people. I know that. I never wanted to hurt anyone.
Well, like you've mentioned.
I think that's why Steve. I think that's.
Good God.
Yeah, but I think that's why Steve sent Paul a fish. He didn't want to hurt him. He wanted to help him. The king was trying to help.
Here. Mad Mystic has returned again. Hey,
You know that's some
Paul.
bullshit.
Here, Paul, you find what you look for, and since you're filled with negativity and lies, Paul, you have driven yourself insane, delusional. And I've been trying to help you see yourself. You don't find positivity here or anywhere unless you find obedience. Unless you've got control, you're not happy. And Paul, that's why you're triggered by me. Because you don't control me, boy.
Man, that's some truth, Jack. What you just said, though, like yeah, I mean, it's real because there's positivity on all channels, even if they're negative. Like, there's positivity, it's positive, negative, like on a car, you know.
On a car.
Even with you, Snafu, I've seen great things from you.
Oh, you
I've
on
seen
the
you
car,
true.
battery. Shut up, base. You're a
Oh, a
pedophile
battery.
sympathizer.
What'd you say?
Historical.
What'd you say?
Sympathizer.
What'd you say?
You heard what I
Venus
said.
Cupcake. Venus Cupcake is a weaponized Me Too fucking movement black witch. Yeah, I said it. Black
Hey.
witch, Me Too, cray.
Where'd this
Hey,
bitch come from?
Mad Mystic, you're here as a guest. Okay, thank you. So let's focus on you. Again, she runs. No accountability. Doesn't want to take responsibility for her behaviors or her words. I wanted to see how Mad Mystic might describe herself. And then see if that matches what others are experiencing. I bet it's not.
Can we get back to what you were saying, though? Because you nailed it on the head. That comment that Paul said was absolutely, like, almost narcissistic to say that there's no positivity. Because the fact is you're right. It's only positive if he's in control. And that just shows, like, his narcissism of saying there's no positive. Because you've done...
And may I point out real quick. Okay, Jack, can we disconnect now? I shouldn't have even typed. Isn't that his message? Don't type in chat, come up on panel. Now what's he doing? He's sitting there in chat typing like a fucking bitch. Excuse me.
What a hypocrite.
No, and Wizard, I'm glad you said that because the truth is no one wants to go on a panel where someone controls it and there is no narratives. So that's why no one goes on panel when you say that, Paul.
Come on up,
Sorry,
Daddy.
Jack, go ahead.
I assume he's probably already tried to walk away. I assume he's walked away already. But here, ask yourself, Paul, if you do happen to hear this, why did you do what you shouldn't have done? Okay, if you think you shouldn't have done something, why did you do it? You lack accountability, self-accountability. You lack self-responsibility because you ignore the truth of others.
May I add to that?
Please.
And why does he feel the need to type that he shouldn't have started typing? I mean,
But I was caught in a situation the other day on a panel where someone corrected my behavior and taught me like not to talk about. I had said to another content creator something about their mother, something that we'd talked about privately as well. But, you know, the person on panel didn't have any background and they said, you shouldn't say something like that, and explained why. And I thought, well, that's really valid. And then they said to me, why did you do it? Well, I must have done it to be corrected. You know, like to learn right then and there. And it may seem like something I should have known, but we're human, we're fallible.
You let the king go.
You know?
And
so
you know,
I thought,
again, it's one of those that's you situations of his false projections. Second comment in the chat was he's talking about he didn't want to interact with these characters, and then wants to go and project that we're here talking about him. Fucking narcissistic bullshit.
Okay.
But we were. But people were talking long before he chatted in chat.
And
people were.
And you know what?
And he should have addressed that like a real man instead of sat in chat and typed.
I think we should change the subject to something of quality.
Yes, thank you, Margot. I appreciate that. And hey, I don't agree with what you were saying, but I guess we invited. Welcome, Paul. Good to see you.
Wizard, I'm the biggest fool in the room. I'll admit it straight out, because I once again broke my own rule to come up here and interact with you, because I let you incite me into an interaction where you know it's a false projection you're doing. I didn't say anyone on panel was talking about me. If you're going to read the words and repeat them, why don't you try to be truthful? I said folks in chat. I didn't say anyone on panel. Stop pretending I'm delusional and narcissistic. Folks were actually attacking me in chat because I interacted with someone, was foolish enough to let people know I was here. The usual responses and reactions I do in chat, whether people sucking my dick or hating on me. And then you took what I said and what I responded to.
Who's sucking your dick?
Excuse me?
Here, hold on.
Give him his 3 minutes.
Wizard, what's the point of coming on panel when you're projecting I'm scared to come on panel? I'm not scared. That's you. I just don't want to have these interactions that go nowhere.
Highlight I am Max's comment, please.
Anyone else understand why I wouldn't want to have these interactions?
There you go. You just came up here and claimed we attacked you, or people in chat.
Who's the we?
How did, again, you just came up here and claimed.
You were in chat saying my name, talking about me.
And you claimed we attacked you. Prove it.
I'm sorry to interrupt, okay? El Perro, please. Paul, you corrected what you felt needed to be corrected. Okay. Now, something I'd like you to consider, Paul. Think about later the definition of a lie. I'll offer you it's a false narrative. Now, a tendency of many people is to jump to conclusions, create these false narratives of their victim status.
What was my false narrative?
That you were attacked.
You assumed you were innocent.
You can call it whatever you want.
That's what you called it.
El Perro, please. And actually, maybe I should handle this a different way. Let me apologize to you, Paul.
For lacking self-control as always while claiming that's me. No problem, Jack. No problem. Paulie's a big sucker. He'll let everyone do and say whatever they want, be whatever they want, act out however they want, take no accountability, project onto me, and then allow it to go on again. Paulie's a big sucker softy at heart, ain't he?
He is.
Yeah, he is. And you'll all misuse it and abuse it, which is why I have to be the person I am in these areas, because you're parasitic and toxic. And that's why I didn't want to come on panel.
Okay. Well, tell
And
you
everyone
what,
should be happy about that because they say the same thing about me. So why is everyone inciting me from both sides in chat and on panel? Get up here. Come on up. Paulie's scared. He's a bitch. I ain't scared of Shaitan, all of its legions and 5 state ofs. I definitely ain't scared of Wizards post-mortem looking ass.
Yeah. You focus on what you're not, but you don't pay attention to what you are. And
okay,
so let me
Jack,
offer,
tell me all about me now and my experience while you can't get your life together on any level. Please do. It's always fascinating. We get a kick out of it.
Please allow this respectful offer to be received.
Sure. Is it respectful? I didn't ask for it, but you're going to give it anyway.
I appreciate you joining, Paul. You're right. I am going to give you respect, despite.
Yeah, I know, because you're the know-it-all with no results who's going to tell everyone how to live while you can't generate a life worth living for yourself. I know. That's your narcissism, and we're all going to sit around you and act like it doesn't exist, a.k.a. Keith Talcott. So go ahead, let's do the bit. I got about 5 or 10 minutes, and we can do the usual loop, and then yous can all go back to looping like a bunch of tards in all your egos, needing to be seen and heard while not doing and being anything on the ground, but saying you're making a change and calling yourself truthers. It's fascinating to witness. That's the only reason I'm ever here. I'm fascinated by you guys. It's a case study.
I got to get that ready.
Unfortunately, it's not me. I got another case coming up in the next month. We're going to court again. We're making more changes.
You're in
I'm putting stuff on record.
Would you stop? Would you please be at peace?
I went to an event today, by the way. We could talk about that, but you don't want to talk about that.
Congratulations. Can you be at peace just for a moment?
Sure, I can be at peace.
What I wanted to offer without creating an offense to you is a recognition. I do understand you've been fasting. You've been focusing on you and demonstrating self-care.
I'm very selfish.
Very selfish. It could place you into a more vulnerable, less clear state. I want to be respectful of that. If you want to continue with your beliefs,
I'm actually very clear nowadays. I feel more clear than ever.
Okay,
it's why I actually said when I came in here, I didn't adhere to it, but it's why I said I probably shouldn't be on these panels. Very clear-headed. If you've noticed, I've done the broadcast with just me pretty much, and maybe a select few others. Haven't even entertained any of the sickness and the looping and the nonsense like you've been doing every day as usual. I've been very clear-headed, actually. Very repurposeful.
I know. You're not interested in learning.
What are you going to teach me, Jack?
You'd be surprised if you
I'm asking. Give me the lesson for the day. We only have 7 or 8 minutes. I'm not allowed to respond or you're going to throw me out. So just give me the lesson and then I'll go contemplate it while I'm doing my broadcast in between the intro.
Here's the first lesson. I'd like you to consider 2 things.
Sure.
How humility is recognized and how gratitude is felt. Humility and gratitude. See if you can find in yourself the connection to those 2 things. You will be surprised. Okay.
Can I ask you what makes you think that I don't have that on a 14-day of no food? What makes you think I don't? What was the 2 things again? I want to make sure that I got it and I'm not projecting something because I may be a little fuzzy, as you say. Humility and gratitude, I think you said. Well, that's the way that I'm showing that. I'm showing that in my actions and how I'm living because I'm choosing to better my life. I'm thankful and grateful for the time I have and the opportunities I've been offered and the platform and my vessel. So I'm showing that I'm living that. I'm not just saying it. It's not just a feeling, right? I also cut down all the cycling nonsense to show thankfulness and gratefulness and gratitude for the position that I've been given to do what I do.
Okay. Well, great. Well, then I'm going to drop you to the back.
Sure, because you have nothing to teach me now, so I have no value here. Thanks, Jack. Thank you for objectifying me like everyone else. I'll see you later.
Well, your narrative is up to you. Okay, you can believe whatever the fuck you want. Continue little victim games, telling everybody how great you are. Go ahead, Paul. Everyone around besides you can see your fucking insanity. Well, Stephen, you're going to stay in the back.
Don't let him trigger you, Jack. Don't even give him another breath.
No, he's not. I'm not. And thank you. You're right. What I've learned, and Margot, you pointed it out very clearly with Cage. I've been allowing people to frustrate me. That's on me. I've got to overcome my frustration. But I think I'm getting better. I'm not triggered with Paul.
I agree.
Yeah, but you saw how that started off. The first thing you said is your work.
Snafu.
I'm just saying, how did he expect anyone to work with him
Snap.
when he's like
Snafu. Ooh, I'm sorry to interrupt you because those words, you should really go back and see how you join a lot of panels. You
yeah, but I'm
jump
not like
in and
I'm not trying to say I'm working with everyone like Paul's trying to do. Paul's trying to say
No, right.
Paul's not building shit.
Snafu.
I got another court
You are a
case.
mere
What's that? Make him a fucking
Snafu.
a court case for
This
what?
dude doesn't shut the
Paper out
fuck
of the
up.
window?
He thinks he's a journalist.
Never.
Snafu, you are a mirror of Paul.
Don't do Paul like that.
Well,
Snafu is worse than Paul. We can objectively say that.
I know you like to think this, but yes.
Don't
Thank
be
you.
fooled. Do not be fooled. Thank you, Jack.
We are living this life, man. Holy cows. Holy cows. Some of these characters that God has created, they test us, don't they? But I tell you what, for everyone who has triggered me and challenged me and mocked me and insulted me and bet against me, I fucking love you.
That's
Chuck.
Even Chuck?
I love you too, Jack.
Wizard, you too, man. You helped me see my anger. You showed me anger, so I saw my own.
I just realized Chuck was here. Hi, Chuck.
Yes.
You know, it's weird how you're me and it's weird how you're me and I'm you, huh, Jack?
We are.
You guys are all insane.
Thank you. Welcome aboard.
Actually, yes and no.
No, it's all yes. It's all yes. And sometimes I have these like moments of clarity where I'm like, birds of a feather flock together. I must be insane too.
You are. You are one of us. One of us.
No, don't do the one of us at me. I'm not. I'm normal.
Nope. You're here with me. There's no denying that fact. And we cross paths for a reason. Flow state, you're another one. I had a healthy conversation with OTW earlier today, and I didn't see the opportunity or the even point with Paul again, but I'm telling you, man, it's time to start working together to create some value.
That's why I was coming up here and defending Paul, even though he's got me blocked now on Facebook, YouTube, StreamYard, and Cash App.
Stalker.
And I was thinking about attacking Margot just to mix things up.
Go for it.
Well, Flow State, you have that pattern as well.
And that's how we flirt.
Flow State, you're another one, though, like I'll say with OTW. I've seen your knowledge of psychology and your understanding. Okay, but sharing just
I don't do anything good with it. I just use it for my own entertainment and for evil.
Right. That's selfishness will distract us. Selfishness will corrupt us. And it's real easy to get caught up in the day-to-day, just because things are working.
Jack, I don't feel like dealing with you as a legitimate guru, giving legitimately good guru advice right now.
You want me the victim, Flo?
No, I'm saying like you have a valid point, but I don't feel like dealing with it right now.
Okay.
I'm comfortable in my childish ways.
What would cause you to become uncomfortable?
Me
Anal beads.
No. Here, actually, recognize the damage that your comfort zone might be creating. Start spending time imagining, if I wasn't doing this, if I was utilizing what I knew, what would that look like? Because you've got gifts, you've got talents, you got wisdom that other people don't, they're not carrying it around. They don't understand. And this is what the world is seeking. It's seeking, I don't know, so much. Knowledge is the answer, though. And all of us are learning life experiences. There's some very gifted individuals I've met, especially since my path brought me online.
But knowledge isn't actually what the world is seeking, is it?
Exactly.
It's what we might like them to have, but it's not what they're seeking.
Right. The world is seeking money and comfort and
some sort of a connection. Like I view the whole Panelverse thing as just one big Gestalt therapy session.
And entertainment. People want to be entertained.
Yeah.
This is the unfortunate. I mean, entertainment is good. There's nothing wrong with entertainment. There's a right time and place for everything. But it's really easy for our mind to be limited by the next entertainment, by the next distraction. And if we're not learning, we're not really growing. I found in my life the value of learning new things, and every day I pay attention and I try to find new ideas. That's what life is all about. I truly hear the topic today. Faith confuses the fearful. Maybe I should have offered that to Paul, but it's our fears and our assumptions, our logic, the narratives and the stories we tell ourselves. The stories create our fears, and our fear prevents our faith. I want to encourage, Isaac knows, many others know. I want to encourage you to have faith in the presence of love. Believe that love is with you, that God's love is with you. And then you don't have to worry about morals or ethics, because morals and ethics are...
Calm down, Chuck. This is exactly what Jesus said.
No, it's more of, I think, when you find a natural flow of the inner state, it's beyond rules. It's beyond a rule. It's something you want to do naturally.
What?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to head out.
Ed.
Praise God.
I see your Freudian slip there, Margot.
Right?
Head.
Bye, Jack. I love you. Bye,
Head in.
Flo. I love you. Bye, Chuck. I love you.
Bye, Mark.
Damn, Jack got the first love.
I'm sorry. Well, Flo, I lust and love you. I only love Jack.
Thank you.
All right, you guys have a great night.
I was about to get jealous of Jack. Don't forget, he's shorter than I am.
Bye.
Thank you, Margot. Blessings
So
to you.
she's saying one of you she'd spit and one of you she'd swallow for her. That's how I heard that.
Could be.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
sorry. I'm sorry, Jack.
I know.
That's
I know.
closed philosophy.
I never claimed I was perfect, but I will work harder to learn, especially in the same broadcast. And I wanted to say, Jack, your own, what you were saying earlier about all of our social dynamics and, watching the growth of each other and sort of being here together, I just wanted to say, like, your own growth has been great. Like a year ago today would have been handled very differently, right? By all of us. So, I appreciate being here, and it's good to see you guys all. I'm going to hop down and continue from chat. Thank you so much for having me, Jack. Happy New Year to you all if I don't see you before then, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bears. Blessings. I know Isaac just... let me finish that thought I was going to say. I heard this, I think, in another online conversation. The idea that morals and ethics, they are rules for the unsaintly, right? And what Isaac was talking about was walking with the peace of a saint, without the judgment, but with the appreciation, with the faith, allowing love to become the present embodiment of who we are so that we're filled with love to share with others. It sounds crazy, it sounds illogical, but I encourage you.
It sounds imbalanced.
Try it out. Try it out for a day.
Elon Musk said it himself. He said, without forgiveness, you have an endless cycle of retribution.
That's a good point, but who the fuck cares about Elon Musk?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't, I didn't say anything negative about forgiveness. I just think that,
Smart man.
No, he's a moron. He just got good PR.
Oh.
Listen to an Elon Musk interview sometime, but pretend like you haven't already been programmed to know that he's this super genius.
He can't do that.
When I hear people and I speak to them, I look for a soul and I look for a being, and I see that he is a soul and he's a being.
I don't
What
believe
the
you.
fuck does that mean? That has nothing to do with intelligence either. That's
Well,
like
it
the
does. It's called
inverse of intelligence.
Spiritual intelligence.
No, it's not. That's just a vibe check.
So is it your lack of, to
It's
quote him?
pseudoscience. It's pseudoscience.
You're just vibing. You're just like, do I like his vibe? Yeah, I like his vibe. That's all you're saying.
Yeah, you're like a chick, a groupie.
Let me point out a couple of observations here, okay? I agree with this comment. I wouldn't quote Musk, but the thought is good. It is wisdom, right? I don't remember what it was, but forgiveness perpetuates something. And what I saw...
Victimhood.
Wait a minute, Flo. What I saw from you was a little judgment of the messenger. Because while the quote, it used an appeal to authority in some sense, and that appeal to authority is what was challenged. Why is that a place to be going to? I want to talk to Elon Musk.
Yeah, I know you do because you're power hungry. But Elon Musk is I don't revere Elon Musk. So yes, I was challenging the appeal to authority.
I get it. I get you don't like him because he's smart. I get it. It's okay.
Because he's smart.
No, he's a dumb man, smart man.
He's been enabled with a lot more wealth than he knows what to wisely do with.
Oh my God.
I'm just not sure that that's true either. I'm sure that he's got that much wealth. He probably
do you like to use X? He executed X pretty good as an X.
I don't like X. I use it at the bare minimum. I don't like the brain chips he's developing. I don't like SpaceX. I don't like fucking Teslas, and I don't like the tunnel. I don't like anything he does, except for smoke blunts on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Innovation.
Well,
Why?
Isaac likes his dick, apparently.
Who else is doing innovation? And that was from your own understanding, Snafu. I never said that.
Isaac, please.
Did you?
I want to politely.
Damn, Flo.
I'm just having fun with it. Sorry, Jack. I got having fun.
Yeah, you look like you're having fun.
Jack, move this guy under me so I can teabag him.
No, not yet.
With
I'm
anal
on
beads.
100 milligrams.
I'm gonna fuck you up, Isaac. Next time you're under me on a panel, I'm gonna fuck you up with the teabag.
I ate a whole bag of fucking edibles, bro.
Okay, well, that figures.
I'm lit.
Okay, it's all checking out now.
It's okay.
Yep.
Chuck's probably freaking out now. He thinks you're gonna overdose and die.
No, you can't overdose.
He's not thinking. He's hoping.
Here's
we're all hoping.
I'd like to remind everyone, please try not to interrupt and over talk people just because an idea comes up.
Comes.
Ball chinny.
Up.
Oh, the idea of judging the messenger. Truly discern what is true, because I tend to agree with Flow State. I have a mixed opinion of the man Elon Musk, his overinflated reputation, but there's no denying him and Bill Gates, through their wealth, they've sought out knowledge. They know people who know things.
God, you're so power hungry, Jack.
Well,
for what it's worth, next time you want to say that quote, it would be delivered a lot better if you just don't mention. I'd take it. That quote would have been better received if you had said it on your own authority than if you bring Elon Musk into it.
Funny thing is, I had this exact same idea of the word forgiveness and how it leads to an endless cycle of revenge, but he used the word.
Okay, so it really was yours.
It was my thought before, but we matched it, so that's why.
Man, you bring those goalposts back here.
Thought matching.
Maybe you guys are twin flames. Have you considered that maybe you and Elon Musk are twin flames?
God reveals ideas through us all.
Twin flames are like spiritual Siamese twins.
I mentioned this earlier.
You guys could be connected at the soul dick.
I think I mentioned this earlier. Einstein, Tesla, all these others, they knew how to connect their mind to higher minds to get answers that the world had not yet received. It's in that higher mind, but the memories and the things we've learned of the past, that's not going to bring the new ideas.
Why not? The mistakes that people made, you don't think they can't use those to achieve a better outcome?
That's
You mean
not
the
what I-
lessons?
That's not what I
Like,
said.
I mean, obviously, Chuck, that doesn't work. Otherwise, you would have had the good idea to not talk when you're on Jack's panel, or else he's going to kill you. He's going to axe you right off.
I'm learning to be more
I can
patient.
only dive in front of the Jack bullet so many times before he's like, "Nah, move away."
That was instigation.
Yeah, you're right. It was.
The thing
You're
is, though,
absolutely right.
if you accept your responsibility for enabling the patterns of Chuck, you
Who,
wouldn't
me?
have you wouldn't
The
have
patterns of Chuck. Oh my God.
Where's your part in this, Jack?
Corduroy.
You can't just be lay down on your back, spread eagle, receptive of everything around you. You got to have some part in this too.
A bottom.
I am who I am, but I'm sure as hell not the way Chuck has described. And that's why I said he's been enabled around you, Flow State.
Yeah, well,
enable.
He spends money.
If you feel that way, I'm fine with that.
I know. This is the thing, though. Flow State, there's a similarity between, in my experience, Flow State, with respect, it's different, but there's a similarity between you and OTW and Flow State. Or
I am Flow State.
Paul Enslaved.
Who are you comparing again?
You.
Chuck.
And so, what is that? What is the similarity?
Well, there's many.
Just name one. Which one were you thinking of?
The specific one I was talking about was enabling Chuck's confusion and the confusion of others about me.
Okay, what confusion is that's being enabled? I need specifics, Jack.
Enlighten my confusion, man.
This is serious business. If I'm going to fix something, I got to know what it is.
Well, I'll tell you what, either one of you, let's try this out. Flo, how would you remember Chuck describing me or his representations of me on your panel? Or Chuck, feel free to describe me yourself. Admit what you've said.
In my memory, he mostly says that you're not that hot, but if he was drunk, he'd do you.
He said fuck in real time, but that was nicer.
The way I've described you is you live in delusion. You're a victim.
Chuck.
You live in victimhood.
Oh shit, Chuck, you're ruining
Can't
it.
teach old dogs new tricks, can you?
No, I'm sorry.
Well,
Don't apologize to me.
Flow State, you remember him saying those things on your panel where you host the conversation?
Hold on. Jack, are you holding me responsible for policing other people's thoughts about you? You can suck a dick.
Flow State, this started out because I said
No. You can suck a dick. I'm not going to run around the internet living my life policing people's comments about you like you're the fucking Caesar.
Do what you want to do.
I do. I always do.
I'm telling you, you're not accepting responsibility for what you're doing.
Whoa.
I don't feel like I'm responsible for anything wrong. I don't want to change anything I'm doing. I don't want to accept responsibility for policing your image.
State, you're comfortable. I know.
No, I don't care about policing your image. Your image is your problem.
I know. You don't see your connection to me, which is disappointing, but hey, whatever. So, Chuck, your opinion is really...
Yeah, go after Chuck.
I'm calling Flo out for enabling your ignorance, Chuck. And it's not his fault. You are responsible, Chuck, for the things you say, the things you choose to believe. So you claim here in front of me that you, Chuck from in Tennessee, believes that Jack Talcott is delusional.
Yes. You want me to lie? Am I supposed to lie here, Flo? Help me. Am I supposed to lie?
Probably a little bit, but don't say
that
you're
is
wrong.
what he wants. What I would suggest is there's a way to neither lie nor you can deflect, right? You got to get skilled at the art of deflection.
Actually, deflection is the egoic way, manipulating, trying to avoid.
No, Jack. What's egoic is you demanding to put people on the spot and challenge what you know they think that you disagree with.
Flow State.
What?
I know I was interrupting you, but please stop interrupting. Okay.
Fair enough.
Chuck, you want to make the assumption, and you have publicly gone around saying Jack Talcott is delusional. Jack Talcott is the Antichrist. He disappeared.
Just like Chuck.
Did you
Just like
disappear him? Did you Clinton him, or did he disappear himself?
Hillary or Bill?
His connection drops on occasion. It always happens, and it happens for all of us.
That's exactly what Hillary said about all those people. Their connection dropped.
So, Chuck, I know you're so confident in your judgment and opinions of me. What it shows me is that you're ignoring many things, and
like what?
Something I didn't
Clarify.
Something I didn't get to bring up with Paul is his accusation of looping, and as I tried to similarly discuss with flow state, but back to you, Chuck. You are responsible for the accuracy of you. Okay. Now you make a lot of judgments on me that you've never really allowed us to reasonably discuss. So today, maybe in the past, it was because of me. But today, Chuck, your opinions that I'm delusional are unfounded.
Damn.
Really?
I love a good struggle session.
You're actually revealing your inner state of being.
Really? How did you know that?
Because of my studies and my personal experience and what you've
Well,
shown.
how about my studies and interpersonal things that determines the same thing about you?
That's
You wanna be
impossible.
specific? I can easily be specific. You don't seem to care about the specificity.
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
So what facts support your conclusion that Jack Talcott is delusional?
Good question.
Well, let's see. Let me
Put him on the spot.
Let me put a foundation to this.
Hurry up.
All your previous friends want nothing to do with you. Your family wants nothing to do with you. Your job wants nothing to do with you. You reached out to all these organizations, preachers, Veterans for Peace that want nothing to do with you because they will not listen to your babble about how Jack Talcott wants the world to be.
Is that
as opposed to? Can I finish?
Well,
as opposed to you working with them on what they have already started, you want them to rewrite the playbook to follow Jack's playbook.
Okay, Chuck. What if you're wrong?
Good question.
What if I'm right? What if I'm right?
Okay, Chuck. What if you are right? Okay, what does that change and where does that give you any sort of authority over me? You've not experienced any of the things you've said. You claim you heard those things from me. So you trust me in the failures, but you refuse to trust me when I tell you you're wrong about me. See, Chuck, you are a confused man. You've become comfortable in your routines. And I came across you online on these panels where many panels that look just like me, it's folks hanging out, killing time, gossiping and complaining and enabling each other's comfort zones.
Really?
Yep. So, Chuck, history will prove you to be wrong.
How so?
Well, the facts already do. I'm
what facts? You haven't given me any facts.
The true facts, Chuck.
You're giving me your opinion.
If I may, Jack, I just want to retort to Chuck real quick. It's not that he's old, it's that he's a little bit senile. And I think that forgiveness is the answer. And if I may just answer the question real quick, I think that Jack is here to host togethering in the name of peace and to get that message out there in the name of love. So with that said, I can't co-sign anything that Chuck just said.
Well, I disagree with you, baby.
No, you can shut up now.
He's got an ulterior motive.
How do you know? How do you know his motive?
Right,
Are you
Chuck.
inside his mind?
Right. Chuck, you say
Same way he's inside mine.
Chuck.
No, it's all coming together. Okay. So you're in his mind, Jack. And that is sort of like he hasn't submitted yet. I think that's the issue. He got to submit.
So I'm in Chuck's mind. I'm
Right.
to blame for his negative outlook on me. I'm unable, even though I'm in his mind, apparently, I'm unable to demonstrate the worthiness I believe I possess, because Chuck is convinced that Jack Talcott is delusional. And Chuck is some sort of fucking expert on Jack. As much as he talks about Jack, you'd think he is.
Well, God told me so.
Really?
Whoa.
I say you are a blasphemer and a liar, Chuck.
Ooh, I say the same thing as you.
I know. You're a false witness who believes in liars.
As
You believe
you
in lies, Chuck. How do I communicate with you when all you want to do is disagree and argue?
I think we're getting somewhere in terms of
I feel
there
it.
is some, yeah, I mean, you could feel it from behind. There is some accountability in terms of reality. And Chuck is admitting that you're in his mind. So that's a very good first step towards getting toward the truth.
The key is Chuck's mind is confused, but if he allows his heart to answer, he would know what is real.
Perfect. That's perfect.
So, Chuck, if everything you said is true, that I'm a man who made mistakes in the past, and as I've admitted freely, I have been misunderstood by many. So, Chuck, assuming everything you said, my family, my friends, the organizations, they want nothing to do with me.
Your word.
What should you do? Continue just to defame
Well,
me?
I tried to reach equal ground with you, but you did not want that. You
Well, it
twisted
can't
the
be
word.
equal. Well, hold on, Chuck. You're on Jack's show. There's no equality here. I mean, in a good way, right? Like, there's somebody leading, and you're wanting to follow. You just have to take that next step.
I love that.
It's pretty good.
That's beautiful, because something brought you here, Chuck.
Yes.
And I actually first wanted to argue with you, but based, you're bringing a different perspective. That's what's helpful. This is why where 2 or 3 or more are gathered, that's where the truth starts coming out.
That's why I came here.
Okay.
Chuck.
What the fuck? Why did you have to make that? I don't even want to acknowledge that, Jack. Let's move on.
Flo taught me that little.
No. Don't go climb into Flo.
Right.
It's 2-on-1 right now. You getting gangbanged. We're having a conversation.
What did I miss? I heard my name. I was looking for a new avatar.
Chuck said he fucked you.
He confirmed what I said previously. He blamed his behavior on you.
No, I did not.
On Chuck. And
I don't care. I did not. You're lying now.
You just said.
I blamed what I said to base oracle that I learned from Flo. I had nothing to say about it.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. I'll allow it.
Right.
That was a lie, Jack. That was a bald-faced lie you just told.
Chuck, be more specific with your accusation, please.
I just clarified it.
We're unclear.
Claim with
They said
We're confused.
And I said, you came, and Bay said, where'd that come from? And I said, I learned that little trick from Flo.
Right.
That's sexual.
So where did Jack's lie come in, Chuck?
Because you said I referred it to you.
That's not what I said, Chuck.
What'd you say?
I think you heard me wrong, and you did not understand.
What'd you say? I didn't hear it. I actually like kind of
You
was back up.
said I blame Flo for my behavior towards you. That is not what I did.
He did that.
You two are like
That
my
was a
grandparents who were
lie.
married 60 years but hated each other the whole time.
No,
But it's
you
loving.
Flo, get back
No.
under the bed, please.
Chuck. Hey, Chuck.
Kick him out,
$20
Chuck.
tip.
I'm ready.
Chuck, you need to come correct over here to Jack's.
Yeah, you better come correctly.
You need to apologize for your bullshit. You need to change your confused way of thinking. You need to recognize that Jack is not delusional. That's God he's talking to.
Preach.
And you
hurry
need to
the
stop
fuck up,
sucking
Chuck.
dick and tell me to get under the bed.
R.I.P.
Well,
Play games with me.
It's an option. It's
Faithful.
an option. It's always an option for you, Chuck, to reevaluate your disgusting fucking opinions of me. You can always change your attitude, brother.
And if I may, Jack, when you say it's an option, and I mean this, that is freedom, the freedom of choice. We all choose.
No, Jack wasn't meaning to offer him that.
Well, maybe not. But look, if Chuck want to choose to be a little bitch, and I'm not saying he is, but if he wants to choose that, why the fuck would he want to choose that? But it seems he does. Then he has that freedom. And I co-sign Jack in saying,
that's
Chuck,
not really
what
the case.
well, it kind of might be.
It's what the options that Jack are presenting is basically like comply or die, right? Which isn't really a choice.
Well, it is. No. You could live on your knees or die on your feet. What are you choosing?
Right.
There you go.
I don't want people to submit to me. I want people to do what is.
I don't know that I believe that. You might do a little bit of stuff. You might reflect on that a little bit.
But hear Jack out. Hear him out.
Confused. This is the thing. That's why you don't believe me, because you're confused. I swear to God, I'm not trying to be insulting. I don't understand.
I'm not insulted. I'm just suggesting I might be confused. That is the case. Also, you might be confused. You might be deceptive. Those are also options on the table.
Correct. So we go to the facts to determine what is true, because the facts are the only thing that matters. And what I'm
with you.
I don't want people to obey me. Not at all. I want people to make their own choices that are right. If they include me, sure as fuck want them to make the choices that are right by me.
Right. Like obey God, obey love. Well, I just want to translate real quick. I think Jack is saying obey love, right? The code of love, the law of love of God, whatever. And if you do, well, hold up. If you do, then it will happen to be that you're aligning with Jack. Is that not correct, Jack?
Wonderful.
Right on the head, fucking money shot. All right, very well.
Great interpretation.
So Jack wants you to make your own choice to do what Jack has decided is right, because Jack knows what's right and everybody else doesn't.
He wants you to do what's right, which happens to be the right choice.
That was a big stretch out you did there.
Look, the only one that got stretched out is Chuck, and he gone.
Actually, we're over 3 hours. The movement, my back's stiffening up. It's time to go.
Yeah, no, that's the I'm about to beat your ass movement. I recognize those threatening twitches. You don't scare me, Jack. I'm grown now. I'm a grown ass man.
Yes, you are. I appreciate you joining. I am going to start shutting down, though. Sincerely to you guys. Thank you.
Hey, I have a quick question for you. The email you sent me, is that something when I'm done with it, do you want to go over? Is that something you wanted me to bring up publicly, or do you want to just talk about it privately? Because you've asked me about it publicly, but you can text me if you want to think about it. I guess I just don't want to, because you trust me. I don't want to abuse that and then bring it up in the wrong venue.
I would love to discuss, to find out what you thought, what your thoughts were, privately or publicly. I'll admit, part of my hope is that if you can see it similar to me, I'd invite you to reach out to that psychiatrist or the other people involved and ask, what the fuck is this? But I don't know how you read it.
Well, I'm not all the way done with it. I had the thought jump in my head that I just didn't. I'm just trying not to bring it up in the wrong place. So if you want me to handle it with privacy, then I definitely want to do that. And if you're pretty open about your shit, and you'd ask me about it in public too. So I was just kind of trying to get clarity there.
To be honest,
I'll do it privately. Well, I'll just place privately. If you want to drag it public, then that's fine.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
What was it about?
Your mom. We were comparing notes.
That's already public. Go on.
Not what we have.
Oh shit.
No shit.
I'm gonna wrap it up. Any parting thoughts?
That's what I told his mom too. And
I'm trying to do it more than less. Good night. Thank you for having me on. I'm glad that I could son Chuck, even though he 3 times my age. And fuck you, Flo.
Fuck you. Can you believe this dude?
I can. It's with love.
I know you can. He was very helpful in your struggle session.
So thanks for having me up, Jack. My apologies for escalating my voice a little bit. I think I did hold it back quite well, but be blessed and have a good night.
Much love to you, El Perro. Thank you.
Forgiveness is available, El Perro.
Anything last from you?
I'd just like to point out that once again, I have won Jack's panel.
Stories people tell themselves. There is a truth in what he said. He was the last survivor. And you know what? Hey, let me give you, if you want a chance, if you got anything you want.
No, I just wanted to flip you off for dunking me right there. I think I said what I wanted to say. I won Jack's panel again.
Peace. All right, brothers and sisters, I hope you had some fun today. If you tuned in late, check it out in the beginning, speed it up. We'll see what you missed. You might enjoy it. We had some incredible conversations. There's an amazing cast of characters that you'll find on this Jack Talcott stream. And holy cows, man, I am grateful. I am so grateful to be a part of this, to be this part. And for all of you who join, I do hope that you find some joy, some faith, some encouragement, inspiration. Be the light, right? Faith confuses the fearful. Look for your fears to discover where you can grow your faith. Recognize it. All right, this nervousness for what the future brings, or this pain of loss and betrayal. Ooh, ouch! Oh, that hurts. Okay, now what? You want to wallow in your pain? You want to wallow in your misery? You want to wallow in your littleness, your victimhood? No, hell no. Brothers and sisters, love heals. Allow love to lead you to the forgiveness. Allow love to lead you to your greatness. And I'm going to wrap it up from here. We'll see what the future brings for us next time. And once again, choose love, peace for everyone, and live without fear. Thank you again. God bless us all.